Howdy, howdy, people. We're live. Welcome. Let me just connect the chat here really quickly. Get things set up. Of course, I still don't have the live stream thing down completely, so I can't give you guys any warning. You know, I know that YouTube has an event thing where there's a countdown until the live stream starts, but no. Here on Make Anything, it's just boom. Here we are. I did give a little warning on Twitter. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining. I love that I can get you all in here so fast. That way we can get started right away. Local inventor, yes, I am going to the Matter Hackers meetup. I guess I'll see you there. Okay. So let's get started. I'm not going to dilly-dally too much because unlike the last stream, this one is not going to be over 10 hours long. I'll probably be here for like maybe 2 hours or so. You never know. Depends how well the plan works out for today. Okay, maybe I'll give a little bit of time for people to join. But basically, well, first of all, I just want to say thank you guys. I have officially hit 150,000 subscribers now, which is pretty awesome. Of course, the more the merrier. Here at Make Anything, as long as you guys are cool, I'm happy to have you here. So, for 150,000, I don't have a huge giveaway set up like I did for 100,000, but I did get some of these 3D pens. This is the Sun Lu 3D pen. It's another thing that they sent me over at Gear Best, and I haven't tried it yet. That's part of the reason we're here doing a live stream today. We're going to do some 3D pen stuff, but we're going to kind of combine that with what my last video was, which, if you haven't seen it, I was recycling failed prints and melting them down into guitar picks and stuff. Today we're going to take unfailed prints. We're going to make intentional designs to melt down and make stuff out of that. I thought it would be cool to use the 3D pen, that way I could be more refined and intentional with the designs I make, and then I could squash it down. Might try the heat gun again. Might also try the ironing board, because a lot of you had different suggestions for ways that I could get a more even squash. So I think that's the way to do it. Okay, yeah, what was I saying? I'm going to give one of these 3D pens away during this stream. It's a small little gift, but I think someone will be very happy to get it. I think I might do a quiz or something to see who actually ends up getting it. So hopefully you're familiar with my videos, because I might have some Make Anything related questions. Someone's going to win this. Oh no. Is this working? Live streams. Live streams, am I right? How is the health? Let's see. Stream health is good. If you've noticed, I'm only running at 720p this time, 30 frames per second. The last live stream I tried to do at like 60 frames per second, and there were so many internet problems. So, yeah, we're definitely going to be taking some requests today and making some cool... I think we can make some more guitar picks. I don't know. I'm biased because I love playing guitar, so I'm happy to make hundreds of guitar picks. Roozy? Is that Roozy or Ruse? Make the Make Anything logo. Yeah, maybe I will try melting down the Make Anything logo. I made some cool coasters the other day. They'll like Make Anything coasters, since my top patrons deserve some cool stuff. Oh, I really like this one. I shared it on Twitter, but I actually just paused the print halfway through, and I started the print with 0 bottom layers so that you could see the infill, and then I stopped it before it actually finished, so I got this cool semi-transparent Make Anything logo. I think that's pretty neat. Speaking of Patreon, my patrons are also going to have a giveaway just for them to win another one of these pens as well. I also still have to give away some melted stuff. I know my homie Chubby Ninja just won one of my curved hole illusions, I think last week or the week before. So lots of fun giveaways I'm doing for my patrons, which is always fun. But yeah, one of these is going to all of you. I got 3, so I'm keeping one for myself. I have a link for this pen in the description. It's from GearBest. But let's try it out first before I start advertising it, you know? But I have to say, this is the cheapest pen by far that I've tested out. I think the cheapest pen I tried up to this point was the 7 Tech, which is still like, is that like 70 bucks? The Dewang was $50, I think. This pen right now with the US plug is $26. Super affordable. So let me actually switch around these cameras so that we can get a better look at what I'm going to be doing and what this pen is all about. So let's just swap those around. Hey! Sorry, this camera is not the best quality. That's pretty nasty, isn't it? Well... I'm not going to try using Ninja Flex in a 3D pen just yet because I'm scared. Oh, you have this pen gunner. Does it work? Alright. Should I swap the cameras? I already have this thing like mounted on a tripod, so it's really easy to move around. But that works too. Alright, let's just do that for this portion of it. So I'm going to switch back again. Live streams. I don't think I'll ever get the live stream down completely. It's just a bit too much for me. But we're slowly improving. Okay. I don't know. You can see the side of my face here? Maybe. I understand that the face needs to be visible. You don't want to be like listening to a voice and not see who's talking. But this is weird. I'm not looking at you guys. But anyways, we're looking at the pen here. This is the main attraction at the moment. A little Sunlu pen. Haven't tried it out yet, as I said. It looks pretty cool. It's got this like frosted, transparent finish. I mean, some people might think it's cheesy, but I'm kind of a fan of like see-through enclosures where you can see what's happening on the inside. You can see the circuit board in there and the heating elements and the gears and stuff. It also feels really good. It's like a rubberized plastic, so it's got that kind of soft touch to it. I'm surprised this is a $30 pen. If it actually works, we'll see. So we got the power brick here and a USB cable. So like a lot of the 3D pens, you can just power it by plugging it into a computer or something, but I tend to plug it into a wall. That looks all well and good. We got 2 little packs of sample filament, and looks like this one is broken into a bunch of tiny pieces. So the plastic that they send is not good quality, but I mean, if you're going to use a 3D pen, you're going to want more than 2 little spools of 2 colors anyways, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. But anyways, let's cut it open. Yeah, this is totally broken up. I don't think I'll be able to use this. Look at that. Awesome. Well, you know what? That's actually perfect for recycling. You know, I can definitely still melt this down, but I'm not going to try sticking this in the pen because it's so short. All these broken bits. That's the cheap stuff for you. I'm not sponsored for this pen, but they did send it to me for free. So take it. I mean, honestly, guys, whether or not I'm sponsored, I'm gonna give you my honest review. Because that's the whole point of it. Like, if I lose one sponsor because I don't like their thing, that's fine, because I don't like it anyways. You know? If I don't like a product, I'm not gonna say I like it, because I don't need their sponsorship. Grr. But a lot of people freak out about that. I don't know. I don't think it matters. Promise you guys, I'm being honest. Yes, yes. I am getting around to drawing, just unpacking and talking. Alright. So let's plug this in. So behind me I've got my whole station set up. There's an ironing board, there's a heat gun, and I was kind of scared about using the heat gun in my room, but I just have it elevated on a giant block of slate, which will hopefully keep it from melting my desk, because it is an acrylic desk. I don't want to melt that, but I think I have enough of a heat barrier. Alright, I haven't read the instructions, so I'm just going to assume this is like every other 3D pen. So let's plug it in, press the forward button. We got a blinking red light. Of course it's got to heat up. Make a carrot. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to squash stuff today, so I'm not actually going to do much 3D drawing. Maybe, I mean, just to test it out right now, I guess I could do a quick 3D drawing, but today mostly I'm going to be doing like flat stuff with the 3D pen and just making it even more flat, squashing it down with the iron or with the blowtorch. Alright. Can I make little hats? I already have little hats. Still heating, I think. Yeah, it's not letting me feed it just yet. I really hope this works. If it just doesn't work right now, well, live stream's over. No, that's it. I actually have 3 more of these, so I guess if this one doesn't work, I can just open another one. Ah, there we go. Here's a green. So I press feed. Okay, interesting. So it is a continuous feed. You don't have to hold the button down. It's actually when you release that it starts feeding, and then you press and release again, and that's what stops it. There's a forward and back button, and that's it. So I guess this uses PLA only. Seems like a 1 temperature pen. I don't mind, because I always use PLA. Or I try to. A lot of pens come with PLA and ABS, so I'll end up using both. Speaking of which, I should have grabbed more filament before I started this. We got some next door, though. And I've got some spools of filament, too. Alright, so let's start feeding this in. See what happens. It's feeding in there. It smells a little burnt. I don't think a spinner is the best thing to make. Oh, is it not going in? Oh. Yeah, it wasn't feeding. Sorry. It doesn't take that long. It just wasn't pushed in far enough. Now it's coming out. Looks like there's some clear filament loaded in here before, and now we got the orange coming out. So it is 1 speed. This is the 1 speed, and it's pretty good. Alright. Man, I really wish I had better cameras. Sorry about that, guys. I guess I can save all this. Might as well save all the scraps, because we can melt it down. Okay. Let me get rid of all this stuff that I'm not going to use. So yeah, if you're getting this pen, make sure to order some filament separately. Gosh, this camera is so bright. What is going on? Early 2000s camera, I think. Alright. How many do we have here? Wow, we got over 350 people here. Pretty awesome. Dan, no, you don't have to do anything with the nozzle, as far as I know, in every pen I've used. You kind of just goes. Let's see. Oh, is it going? These are scary. I mean, they can clog. But just doing some zigzags, some test drawings. It's coming out very smooth. very, very good so far. I like the speed. I like that I don't have to hold the button down. Oops, I lost it. Sometimes when you don't have to hold the button down, you lose track of the button, and then you're trying to keep your eye on what you're doing and get the button at the same time. Check it out, I made a little springy thing. Should I draw a carrot? Do I have green? Okay, I will draw a carrot for the test, because that's easy enough to do. It's just a spiral, and yeah, it would be kind of funny to make a carrot guitar pick, like have it be like a little short, chubby carrot. Maybe not. But yeah, let's see if we can do some 3D drawings actually, just to give this pen a fair test. So I'm gonna do the carrot in 2 halves. I'm gonna start by starting at like the widest point, and then I'm just gonna coil up. This coil might be too big. I don't want to spend too long doing it. But anyways, doing a coil is a good test of how quickly the plastic melts, especially since this is a single temperature pen. We want to make sure that it'll cool down fast enough that it doesn't warp so much. But I did make this carrot too big, because that's not what this live stream is about. I don't want to spend 30 minutes making a carrot. Yeah, I'm calling it. I made a ring instead. Although there's a lot of people wanting carrots. Interesting. I didn't know there were so many carrot fans out there. But check it out, I made a little ring. Oh yeah. Okay, Team Carrot wins. There's so much demand for a carrot. But I'm not gonna do it as a coil. I'm just gonna do it as 2 halves. So I'm gonna draw it out like a profile and then fill it in. So, gosh. I mean, I like carrots too, but dang, you guys are crazy for carrots. Today I learned something about my crowd. Got a lot of carrot fans. Uh-oh, it's not sticking. Yeah, I mean, I am just drawing straight onto my table right now, which is working a little bit. This one's not quite sticking. Maybe I should get a plastic drawing mat. Alright guys, yeah, I'm going to grab some extra filament. Might as well do it now. I'm going to grab a plastic mat to draw on, which helps the print stick a little better. I'll be right back. Give me like 40 seconds. Not even. Ah, see, that was quick. Bring my laptop over here too so I can read the comments a bit better. I did my best to clean up a little bit and then brought in a whole bunch of junk back so that I can do a continuous live stream. Okay. Got my pack from my last 3D pen test. Got a drawing pad here. A lot of cross branding. 3Doodler mat, some Joycrafty filament, and the Sunlu 3D pen. That's the other thing. Like, sorry sponsors if you want. That's how you know it's not sponsored, because I'm using all these different brands actually. I don't have a bias. Oh my gosh. So many carrot requests. Today's live stream, we're going to be making 700 carrots. I joke, but it sounds like that's what you guys actually want. 700 carrot live stream marathon. Nope. I'm done with live stream marathons. Oops, I waited too long. So yeah, that's actually a good thing. If you just leave the pen and have it plugged in, it will cool down on its own if you don't use it for a certain amount of time, so that it doesn't catch on fire or burn itself out or anything or get clogged. Make a slinky. Ha ha ha. Just wait. I'm not gonna like confirm or deny it, but that might be my next video or the one after. Not with the pen though. I'm doing some very interesting stuff with the 3D printer in my next video. Oh. I might have clogged it by leaving it. Let's see. Ah, it's going out. Wrong way. See, the forward and backwards buttons are like right next to each other. So I'm trying to hit forward right now. Oh, there we go. You gotta hit right at the bottom to make it go forward. If you go back a tiny bit, it starts feeding backwards. Come on, don't clog. Don't clog on me, baby. We just started this thing. Although, honestly, for a $30 pen, I wouldn't be too surprised. It's kind of the biggest problem with 3D pens. They can clog quite easily. Luckily, this one does have a replacement nozzle. I'm not sure how much that costs, but it can't be too much. Probably like $7. I guess you would have to expect to have to replace that every once in a while. It's just like a 3D printer, you know. People are always like, "Oh, I've got $300. What 3D printer should I get?" Well, sure, there are printers you can get for $300, but then you're gonna spend $30 on each different color of filament you want. You're gonna have to replace the nozzles eventually and get upgrades and stuff. Even though you can print a lot of them, I don't know. Okay, I still have to make a carrot. Let's do it. Little carrot. And since there's so much demand for a carrot, I will do a carrot guitar pick too. Wait, oh no, it's going out again. Okay, yeah, I've got big fingers, so I keep accidentally retracting it. Oh hey Alex, yeah, I'm gonna make you a mod right now. Boom. My patrons get to moderate. If you're paying me money to make videos, I trust you to not screw with the power of moderation too much. Alright, here we go. Did I press the wrong button again? Okay. Feed forward. Carrot time, baby. Not too big though. Let's just do a carrot like that. Little baby carrot. Little carrots and stuff. Ha. Alright, so I am still going to kind of do a coiling technique. I'm just doing the carrot on its side, 2 halves at a time. I'm just going to coil this inwards to kind of close it off. And we're going to get a little carrot. It'll be like, it'll probably be a little squashed. Not a perfectly round carrot. But carrots aren't perfect. Nothing is. Life lesson. Alright. Da-da-da. Alright, so I was able to do that half of the carrot pretty quickly, so it's a very good speed for the pen, definitely. I like it. Ah, the roof is collapsing a little bit here. Yeah, so for those of you just joining, basically I'm going to do my filament recycling technique, but using a 3D pen. And I'm also going to be giving away a 3D pen during the live stream for hitting my 150,000 subscribers. So anyone who's in this stream, I'm guessing if you're watching this, you are subscribed, because there's not really any other way you would have found this unless you got a notification, or I don't know. I don't think YouTube's that good to me that they just advertise my live stream to just anyone who's scrolling around YouTube. But if anyone did find my channel in an interesting way, do let me know. I'm always interested to know how people find out about Make Anything. What were you looking for when you found it? Was it the 3D printing, the 3D pens? Was it the virtual reality stuff? There's a few ways to find me if you're just like scrolling through YouTube, but I'm not sure what's most common. Okay, let's try some bridging here. Close off the top. I made this half a little bigger, so we'll see if I can fit them together. Might have to do some little modification. See, I get really into this stuff, so I forget how long it takes to make a tiny thing like this. So I don't know how many guitar picks we'll be able to make today, but we should be able to make a few. Luckily, those are flat. Flat things are definitely a lot quicker to make. I'm gonna let that cool down for a second. Cookie Ninja Bread. I don't have a favorite 3D pen. I mean, I have been using the 3Dissimo Mini a lot, and I really like that one, but it's also the most expensive, I think. I think it's the most expensive I've used because it has the additional features of leather burning and soldering and all that. So if you just want a 3D pen, I don't know if that's the best one to recommend. Depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a super cheap pen, this may be a contender, because this is, like I said, this one's like 3 times cheaper than the last, at least 2 times cheaper than the last cheapest pen I tried. Okay, so see we got the 2 halves here. I can just put them together like that, and it becomes kind of round. Maybe I'll leave a little gap and fill it in. Ooh. Oh, what? Oh. Stop for a second. Ow! I burnt myself. No! Okay, that's one problem with this pen. It's really hard to just make it feed in or out. I've screwed up a few times on that. Okay. Alright, this is tricky right here. I want to fuse these together, but I only have 2 hands. So I'm going to make a hot blob of plastic there, and then just push them together. And then that blob will kind of merge them. And then I'll go around and do a little more. Alright, see, does this camera work better? No, that camera is ridiculously bright. Let's see if I can change that setting while this is cooling. Oh, there we go. Well, no, that didn't really help. Bring down the, no. It's a tiny camera anyways. I will do another VR 3D print very soon. I've got some stuff planned. Maybe that'll be my next... Yeah, I'm making more... There you go. Deluxe Gamer Girl, you said just what I was going to say. I am making the rest of my rock climbing holds. I had so much fun making those VR rock climbing holds, and then I just have not had time to continue. But at this point, I am pretty confident in them, and I do want to make a lot more. Have a set of... Create a whole climbing route, 3D printed. I would be stoked on that. Good news, guys. If you've been following me, you remember that I had a wrist injury from climbing. I was finally able to start climbing again. My wrist does still have problems, but I'm at least confident enough to try some easy stuff and start getting back into it. Alright, so I just went around the side there, and now we have carrot body. Let's switch out for green and do the rest of it. And then we're going to start doing those picks. Miguel, what is better, a 3D printer or a 3D pen? Well, better for what? A 3D printer can do a lot more precise stuff, and they're for totally different things. Like, 3D printers are design, mostly. Like, you can do design and engineering stuff. You could also do art, but, like, 3D pens are mostly typically more for artistic purposes. You can make functional things with the 3D pen, but they're going to look sloppier because they're done by hand versus done with a robot. I mean, what do you expect? Of course, a 3D pen is way cheaper. So, if you're on a budget, they're fun. I wouldn't say it's an introduction to 3D printing even, because they're so different. Besides learning about the plastics maybe, or just how it melts and cools down. It could be useful, but they're different worlds. I just happen to like both and have them both on this channel. Okay. Let's find a good green. Oh man, I don't know if I shared this because I didn't realize it. My last video with the Joycrafty pen, I made this mushroom, and I didn't realize that these were glow-in-the-dark filaments. So I got my UV thing here. I guess you can't see it during the daylight, but it glows like really cool. I'm definitely going to do more with those. I'm such a sucker for glow-in-the-dark stuff, UV reactive. It's just the coolest thing. Alright, so we're going to feed some green in now. This is a very bright green. It's like a techno carrot. Yeah, the camera, I barely use this Windows computer, so I don't even know how to do the settings for the cameras and stuff. Let's see. It's not even detecting any cameras. We'll make it through. The pen does still kind of put off a smell that isn't the smell of the plastic. That's a little bit concerning, but I'm definitely going to be using this pen quite a bit today, so if it can survive like a continuous hour of operation, that's pretty good. You know, a lot of my videos with products and reviews or stuff are first impressions. I tend to want to get it out there as soon as possible, but you really don't know how good something is until you've used it for a while, of course. Alright, so now we're going to do the top of the carrot. I'm just going to draw it separately and then attach it, because it's just way easier to draw it flat. So I'm just going to start from the center point and kind of go straight out, and do a little swoop, 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 stick down. It's kind of the same thing you would draw for like a water fountain or something. It's just the color that lets you know that it's a leaf. But I'm kind of just gonna do a little thing like that going off in every direction. There we go. And that cools down very quickly. I can just pull it off right away. And now I'm going to use my one hand to just try to hold both of these pieces. Hold that in place. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Camera's not going to focus on it, is it? But anyways, basically I'm just going to do a little blob of plastic there. And then stop it. Hold it for a second or so. And let's give it a little more. Is it coming backwards again? Alright. There we go. Now draw up here. Add some thickness. Ah, okay. That's kind of frustrating with this pen. Like, why didn't they just move the buttons apart a little more? I keep accidentally retracting it. I still think I don't think that's like a deal breaker. For $26, it's a pretty great pen. Like, it does everything you would want it to do. Alright. There we go. There's your carrot, folks. Pretty cute. Alright. So, now it's time to start what I created this stream for. We're going to create some flat designs, and then we're going to bring them over to my desk and melt them down. Squash them and see if we can make some cool patterns. So, open to requests. What kind of patterns should I make? patterns or designs. What's something that'll fit? Let's see, you guys all know what a guitar pick looks like, right? So this is the shape. I actually saw those pizza emojis. I kind of want to make a pizza. How would you guys feel about that? Make a pizza pick? That'd be so cool. All right, I'm voting for that first. I know I just said send requests, but I'm gonna assume that those pizza emojis were a request, and not just someone who was hungry for pizza or trying to make me hungry again, like you guys were last time. That stream was ridiculous, guys. I'll be honest. After that ANET A8 build, where I was just I didn't even realize until after the stream that I had spent like 11 hours. I knew I hadn't eaten for 11 hours, but I didn't even go to the restroom. How do I not pee for 11 hours? a mandala design would be cool. Maybe I'll do something like that. Polka dots, ice cream. You guys like food, huh? Alright, there we go. Got the green out. For the pizza, I guess we're gonna... I don't really have the right colors, but you know, you can have fun with the colors. I'm always gonna snip off the end. Whenever you pull it out of the 3D pen, you want to snip it off. Otherwise, that's the main reason I think that people end up clogging their pens. You just want to always make sure that you have clean ends when you're feeding it in and taking it out. Otherwise, it could end up clogging. Let's see. I'm gonna go through all my colors here. So we need a base for the pizza. Brown, I think, would be too dark. The orange might work, but we're gonna put like yellow cheese on top. So I'm actually thinking pink. Pink base for the pizza. Or, well, no. Actually, I'm just going to use blue, which sounds weird, but hear me out. I'm just going to do like the shape in blue, and then I'm going to cover it completely with the other colors, so that one side of it will be a pizza design and the other side will just be blue. And I think I'll do like 3 of these, and then I'll start melting them down. That way I'm not jumping back and forth too much. But I do understand that this is a slow process, guys. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. We're going live, so. Alright. Hope everyone's doing well. It's May, in case you haven't noticed. Sometimes it takes me a while to notice. When you make YouTube videos, the calendar becomes less relevant. Not really. I don't know. I was always bad at like keeping track of what day of the week it was, and what time it is, and what, especially what day it is. Like, oh, it's the 5th. I don't know. I went to the doctor's office today just for a regular checkup. Had my blood drawn. And you know, the first thing they ask you is to put in the date, and I always have to check. Okay, so for the pizza, we're going to make it about the size of a pick. Actually, I'm just going to lay this down and then trace around it, so that's just larger than the pick itself. Wrong way again. Alright. Is it coming through? Oh no, it's going backwards. I can't even tell if it's 2 buttons or... What am I doing wrong? Draw blood with the 3D pen. I don't know how that would be done. Okay, it's only coming backwards now. Is this the demise of this Sunlu pen? There we go, I got it. I'm pretty sure that's just a matter of like the placement of the button inside of the pen. So it's probably just this particular one, but I have to press like the very tip of it to make it actually come forward and not backwards. A lot of you have been asking me to like 3D print a 3D pen or 3D pen draw a 3D pen. Maybe this will be the one that I take apart and then build a new body around. I think it would be a fun challenge. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, it's going backwards again. There we go. My fat fingers. Guess it was made for kids. Alright, tracing around. It's pretty quick, which is nice. Actually, you know what? I'm not just going to make it all blue because I might as well draw a pattern on both sides. So I'm going to create some lines, and then when I put the pizza colors on top, that's going to fill in between the lines, which could look cool. So with this, I'm going to kind of do a loose zigzag. If you guys are only sticking in here for the 3D pen giveaway, I'm sorry. I probably won't be doing that until closer to the end of the stream. Wahaha. Only the dedicated ones will be able to do it. Oh, it fell off. That's okay. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, even though it's all going to be melted down. I'll actually draw a little handle on here just so I can hold it down, just like a temporary structure. It's not a bad idea to draw a little handle so that you can use your finger to hold it down. Just a little something like that. So this is what we got so far, in case it's hard for you guys to see. Got the pick, it's blue, and I got those lines. So now I'm going to go on top of that. And this is the glow-in-the-dark blue, I think. So we're going to have a glowing guitar pick, which will be cool. Rosewoods, oh, is that Rose? Oh, you're hanging because it's relaxing and fun. That's great. No, I was actually responding to Ian. The Aina A8, I have not touched it since I did that first build. I have so many printers now and so many reviews I need to do. There's going to be a lot of printer reviews coming out for my channel in the next few weeks just because I'm behind on those. I always end up coming up with a design project and I'm so eager to do that yeah, I'm pretty backed up on 3D printer reviews. You're right, Drew. I could use a glue stick to hold it in place, but I don't really need it to stick down that well. But it would work. Ugh. Got that kind of tangled. Alright, so for the pizza, I guess we'll use orange for the crust, even though it is pretty similar to the yellow for the cheese, but I think that would be better than brown. 'Cause brown will just look like a super burnt pizza or something. I want to do something. I kind of want to take this apart and see. I don't know. Would that be too time consuming? Would that be boring for you guys if I actually took the pen apart? Because I want to see if I can. What's going on with the button here that it wants to feed out backwards half the time. Send me a pick cutter. I really do want to get one. That'd be awesome if you sent me one. Shoot, if you're willing to do that, just email me and I'll give you a shout out. I love gifts. I still need to get a P.O. box. There's so many things to do, guys. I don't know if you understand YouTube life. There's all these things you gotta, like, figure out the live streams, for example, which I obviously haven't completely done. Get a P.O. box so I can get fan mail and stuff. It would be super fun to do fan mail. But no, I did want to get a pick cutter actually for this episode, but I just didn't have time. It wouldn't have shipped in time, and I just couldn't take the time to go out and find one at Guitar Center or wherever. Anyways, It's not too hard to cut out a pick shape. Alright, so let's see. We're going to do the crust just on the top half. I'll go around the edge too. We'll just outline this in orange and then do a little bit more on the top for the crust. Pizza, pizza! And you know, these colors are actually like semi-translucent. So the blue comes through, and that's kind of making the orange look a little dull. But I guess it also makes it look, it might be good for the crustiness. Okay, so I got the outline, and now I'll just go back and forth along the top here a little bit to make the, you know, the crust. You gotta hold on to the pizza somehow. I'm actually pretty excited for this. A pizza pick is awesome. It's one of those things that I've always wanted, I just didn't realize it. Okay, so we got the orange. A lot of color switching out, unfortunately, which does take time. Save Ledger says, thanks to you, you're addicted to 3D drawing. And now you got an A-net A8 coming on the way. That's awesome, man. Keep creating, people. Creation is great. Make a portrait? Oh, man. That would look terrifying if I tried to draw myself with a 3D pen. Oh, an alien face. That's actually the correct shape for an alien face, huh? The hosiest. That is a good thing to do. Maybe I'll make a little alien next, depending on what other requests come in. But I always liked aliens, so that's a good one. All right, let's swap out to yellow. Time for the cheese, baby. Oop. All right. If you double-click the button on the 3D pen, it toggles the speed options. Oh, that's good to know. I actually did that earlier, trying to get it to, I don't know, just messing with it, but I didn't notice the speed change. Let's see. I don't know. Sounds like it's going the same, whatever I do. So there's a little notch here. See, just a little bend like that could already clog the pen. So you really want to make sure that the filament is just like really straight and nice. Alright, so let's feed some yellow in there. Old yeller. How can you win a 3D pen? I'm going to do a quiz. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and the first person to answer correctly will win a 3D pen. I don't know. Maybe that's more fair or less fair. It's not fair to the people who are living somewhere in the world right now where they can't watch this live. And I realize that, and it's a bummer. But, man, what can I do? I also think it's a good way. Like, I'm gonna ask some question. I think I'm gonna ask maybe 2 or 3 questions, so that only a really dedicated fan can win. Or someone who's just lucky and happened to watch like the 3 videos that I ask questions about. Sorry, Squirrel, I never answer your questions. That's a bummer. Where do I see 3D printing in the next couple of years? It's interesting. Like, it's been continuously showing up in the news more and more. 3D printing, like this kind of 3D printing with FDM plastic machines, I think it's just going to continue to get cheaper. It's going to keep getting cheaper and easier because that's the nature of competition. That's the great thing about 3D printers right now is there's so many different companies, which can be a bit overwhelming, and some people think it like kills the industry because there's all these failed Kickstarter projects and stuff. But I think successes and failures are all good for the industry because it's just pushing things forward. And even those failed Kickstarters, they usually have some kind of unique idea that people haven't thought about that kind of helps advance 3D printing. So I think that's just going to keep getting more affordable, and the software to model things is going to get easier. And then 3D printing in general, like on an industrial level, it's definitely going to start being used more. Like 3D printing things out of titanium, you know, more 3D printed rockets and 3D printed medical equipment, 3D printed implants. I remember back in the day that people always predict that like 3D printed food would be the way that 3D printing goes mainstream, just because everyone loves food, obviously, as you can see by this little pizza I'm drawing right now. That's what you guys asked for. People like food. So maybe 3D printed food is, I don't know though. Because 3D printed food, honestly, to me, seems like the most gimmicky use of 3D printing of them all. Like, when is 3D printed food actually necessary? You know? Answer, I don't know. If anyone can think of a way that 3D printing is actually going to make something better for food, I guess there's those vending machines that make a pizza in front of you. That's not really 3D printing. I don't know. Like, yeah, 3D printed chocolates and candies and stuff, it's cool, but it's just way less efficient, and it's a novelty. I'm not saying that it shouldn't exist. I think it's cool. It does get people excited about 3D printing, but I don't think that's like the next big thing. I think people like customization, and that's what 3D printing is great for. So I think it definitely holds a space in the future of consumer products. Okay, we got some cheese on there. I kind of want to add, I'm going to make that a little thicker. Even though the thicker I make this, the more it's going to be squashed out when I try to flatten it. But yeah, there's still some blue showing through, so I don't want blue on my pizza. I don't want it to look moldy. So I'm going to do one more quick layer. Then I'm going to throw some pepperonis on there. Maybe some vegetables, I don't know. Any requests for what type of pizza I should make? I think pepperoni pizza is the most recognizable. It's kind of the go-to, the gold standard of pizza, right? Maybe I should just stick with pepperoni, but if there's any suggestions for other ingredients. Actually, you know what would be funny is if I did a couple of like brown spots, because you know when a pizza is, the cheese is nice and crispy cheese. It's not crispy, but wait a minute. Now even if I press it in the back, it's only feeding forward. Maybe I'm missing some instruction that there's a way to actually control if it goes forward and backwards besides just where exactly you press it. Those instructions are in every language. Not pineapple pizza. In general, I'm not a fan of hot fruit. Pineapples are great, but just like a cold pineapple, just pineapple slices, delicious. Pineapple on pizza, weird. Feeding the filament, extruding. One click continuous. Click button 1. Ah, this bad English. Long press extruding. Click the button twice swiftly and press the button all along. Then the facility is extruding. That's the one thing about Chinese products is the instructions mean nothing. Oh, I think it's how long you press it. Okay, so if you hold it down for 3 seconds, that's what starts extruding. And then if you just press it, it goes forward. But it was just going backwards for no reason before, I think. I don't think I was holding it down for that long. Ah! Well, that makes it much easier to use. That makes this much more user-friendly. Yeah, okay, maybe I was just pressing it down too long. So there's not two buttons in here. There's just one button, but it's both for going forward and backwards, depending on how long you press it down. That's why I was having so much trouble with it earlier. My mistake. This pen actually has been working pretty flawlessly so far. Carrot pizza. There we go. There's the carrot pizza. Wait, now you're all saying carrot pizza. Is that really a thing, or are you guys just messing with me? I feel like I'm live streaming for a bunch of rabbits right now. Make carrots! Make carrot pizza! Make a carrot cake! Oh boy. Alright, we're just gonna do some red pepperoni and then be done with it. I'm not gonna go ahead and... I'm not gonna make it too complicated. We got other picks to make. This is just the first one. And quite honestly, since I'm trying some new techniques for melting it, I might just destroy it anyways. A galaxy pick with the glow-in-the-dark would be cool. You know what's weird is I swear I put some glow-in-the-dark filaments. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say I made some picks in my last video that do have a very like galaxy look, but those didn't have any glow-in-the-dark filament. Some of the rings I made were glow-in-the-dark, which is pretty cool. Make any carrot channel. Be careful what you ask for, guys. You keep this up and there's going to be nothing but carrot related videos for the rest of the year. From 1 to 10, how easy is it when the spool is on my arm? Right now I'm not having any problems with that. It works. Yeah, the little spool on the arm trick. I forget who gave me that idea. It was way back in the Scribbler video, but it works really well. I haven't had any problems with it tangling or anything. Alright, we're going to do some pepperonis and then we'll be done with it. We'll have a pepperoni pizza. Oh, see, I did it again. I pressed the button too long. It's my fault. Just one quick press and you've got extrusion. It's that simple. Alright. One pepperoni. You gotta have like a pepperoni going off the edge, right? So people know it's a slice off of a whole piece of pizza. So I'll do a little edge pep right there. Another edge pep right here. Doing the edge peps, you know, lets you fit more pepperonis on there. Alright. I feel like it needs one more. Right here at the top. Maybe a little smaller pepperoni. There we go. Pepperoni. Oh, and there goes my handle. That's okay. We didn't need it anymore. Little pepperoni pizza. We're going to squash that into a pick. Here's the other side. It's got like blue lines and then the bottom of the pizza. Interesting look. Oops. Okay. I'm going to put that aside for now. Let's do two more. I liked the alien suggestion. I want to make a 3D... I want to make a little alien pick. And that one's going to be super quick. Should I... Maybe I'll keep the red in, though. No. We're going to do... yeah. The alien I'm going to do super simple. I'm just going to make... Because I want to make a thinner piece, you know, so that I could actually melt it down into a pretty thin working guitar pick. So we'll do some glow-in-the-dark filament for the alien, of course, right? And then we'll give it some beady black eyes. Maybe just the glow-in-the-dark in the eyes. That's it. That's all you need to make an alien, really. And if I just draw the eyes first and then draw the head around that, I should be able to get it to be a mirrored, like It should be an alien on both sides. A cat pick. That would be kind of cute. I might make a cat pick. I was thinking, like, how can you make a cat pick, but if it's just a cat head, it could work. You just give it, you can have little ears and 2 dots for eyes, a little nose, maybe some whiskers. You got a cat pick. Yeah. Good suggestions, people. You make this too easy for me. I'm supposed to have to think of things, and you guys give me all the great suggestions. No, I'm kidding. I love suggestions. That means you guys are inspired. So we'll get the glow in the dark, and we'll get the black. Actually, I'm not going to use this black. Whoa! Oh, I almost slipped right there. I've got a spool here, so some 3D printing filament. This is Filamentum Vertigo Gray, and I want to use this instead because it's got like glitter in it. This is good for galaxy space stuff too. Well, anyways, well yeah, let's start with that. We're gonna make the eyes and then do the alien around it. I'm just gonna cut off a tiny piece because we're not gonna need much for this. Just that should be enough. There's a little kink in here. We'll see if the pen handles it. Oh, and I almost put this in without having a clean edge too. Always cut it clean. Make a dog, not a cat? Ooh, that's gonna start a battle. Although honestly, I'm surprised you guys aren't asking for rabbit pics, considering your obsession with carrots. A sloth. Did you watch my Creopop pen review where I tried to draw a sloth and it ended up looking like a weird little deformed monkey thing? I'm not good at drawing a sloth. Actually, sloths are fun to draw, but I don't know. With a 3D pen, I feel like it would be more difficult. Cats and dogs are very easy to recognize. Make my logo. Yeah, okay. Maybe I will do a make anything logo. Easy enough. Alright. So let's see how this filament works out on the pen, since it was not specifically designed for a 3D pen, but I'm pretty sure they all use the same exact PLA. It's not like a special formula or anything. Well, I don't know. It does seem to be sticking down to the pad a little less. I don't know how many, like, I know there's like a lot of companies that make filament have special like Pro PLAs or PLA Plus and stuff like that, where they have different additives, and then it does behave differently. Okay, so I gotta make little tiny alien eyes here. Because you gotta remember, everything's gonna be squashed down, so everything's gonna kind of sploosh out. I hope it still looks decent. Am I going forward? Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a little sploosh. There's one alien eye. They look like little watermelon seeds, basically. And there's the second. That one's a little lumpier. Yeah, might as well go for perfection. I'm gonna redo that one. Not perfection, I mean, there's no such thing as perfection, especially when it comes to a 3D pen. But there, that came out a lot nicer. So we got our eyes. So now I'm just going to draw everything else around the eyes. That way it'll have the eyes on both sides of the pick, if that wasn't clear earlier. Watermelon is alien. Guess cake man. Minty Toast. I mean, you have a sloth avatar, so I'm sure you're an expert at drawing sloths, right? But if you do the eye thing, it might end up looking like a raccoon, too. I gotta say, I really like this pen. The fact that it's so cheap and is working so well right now, it's winning me over. I'm glad I asked for 3 so that I could send you guys some. A sun with sunglasses. That would be a cool little charm to have a sun with sunglasses, but I don't know how I would turn it into a pick and have it still look like a sun. A fish. Oh, a fish pick would be cool. Becky, this pen is $26. It's on sale right now, but I think that's just what GearBest does. I think it's like always on sale, but they just say it's on sale so that you buy it. But right now it's like 35% off. Getting the US plug, they have different prices depending on what country you're in. Of course, you can buy a European plug and then have like a 50-cent adapter from eBay. So just buy the cheapest one and then get an adapter if that's cheaper. But yeah, $26. And you know, some people complain about GearBest, saying that their customer service is bad, but I think the biggest complaint is just that it takes a long time, since most things are shipping from China. But if money is important, then you should be willing to wait a little longer to get your product. I mean, I would. But then again, I also understand being eager. Okay, so we got the eyes, and now we're just going to draw the pick shape around it, / alien head shape. They're basically the exact same thing. Alright, that's not quite sticking down. There's still some, still looks a little orangey, even though I was running the black through. I don't know. Okay. So we'll start with the outline. After I squash these down, I'm going to be trimming them anyway, so they're going to be cut again. So I'm not too worried about this being a perfect guitar pick shape. It's better if I make it a little too big and then trim it afterwards. And I'll go around the eyes. It's a bit messy down there on the bottom. Around the second eye. And I'm just going to do one layer here so that I can squash it nice and thin. I think this one will actually make a very good functioning guitar pick. I guess I'll have to play a little bit of guitar for you guys, since that's what we're making. I've done it every other live stream, I think. I was thinking I wouldn't do it again until I got a better microphone to work. I kind of feel bad playing all my songs with a crappy microphone, but let me round this a little more. Just going to do another outline or two. This shape isn't quite perfect. Alright, we got an alien! A toast pick. Oh, that sounds fun too. Okay, Minty. I'm not gonna try the sloth because that's so difficult. Oh no! One of the eyes didn't come with the rest of him. Oh geez. Let's stick that back. That's weird. Maybe it's the glow in the dark that made it a little harder to stick. Whoops. Ended up making that eye a little smaller. Let's outline this one as well then. My alien almost lost an eye there. I mean, I should use a little, like, spatula. I've got one. I was prepared today, guys. Ah, it still didn't work. That's weird. I guess this one's just really... Oh, yeah. It's just super stuck down. I actually don't even need to stick that in place because I'm going to be melting it. So I'm just going to pop it in there. There's our alien. Hall of Fame up here. We got a pizza, an alien, and a carrot. Ah! Gosh, that flew across the room. These are some fun little stuff. Okay. I'll do a toast because that's just two colors. Easy. Just brown outside. But I don't have a good toast color. Yeah, I don't have a good toast color. So should I do toast? Oh, there's this kind of orangish. I don't even know which pen this came with. I have some other PLAs here. I don't know, that's just like a weird orange. Yeah, I'm going to use this and then I'll put yellow in the middle. I guess yellow toast isn't that weird, is it? Alright guys, give me your votes. What's the color for the center of the toast? I could do like a brown outline. Then should I put this orange on the inside? This brighter orange or a bright yellow? On your cameras it doesn't look as bright as it actually is. This is like a neon yellow and orange, but... Or should I make it some other color? Fire Films, you got your 3D printer coming tomorrow. That's exciting. Yellow, 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 yellow. Okay. Thanks, guys. That makes it easy. We're going to do yellow toast. So, yeah, let's do the inside first, and then I'll do the outline. I think that'll be easier. Whoops. I should have been retracting this while I was talking. Now it's heating up again. Oh, we're getting some other votes now, but I think yellow was still the most voted for. Cool guy pick. I don't know. It'd be hard to make a cool guy pick because, like, a big part of cool guy is his nose, just like the shape of his face. So it's hard to draw him as a flat thing. Bart, what printer should you get as a beginner without a lot of money? Depends on... Whoa, I didn't realize it's kind of transparent. Sorry. If you don't have a lot of money, maybe you don't want a 3D printer right away. Maybe you're better off learning how to design with a free software like Fusion 360. Get really good at 3D modeling. Then you can print things through Shapeways. You can outsource your printing, or you can find a makerspace in your community, or even libraries nowadays have 3D printers. So I think if you don't have a lot of money, don't think that you need to own a 3D printer just to get into 3D printing. You might be better off just doing it some other way. If you get good enough at making 3D models, you can sell them on Shapeways. You can just put your design up there. You don't even have to have a 3D printer. People can buy your object, and you get a certain percentage of the sale. So maybe you can make money and then buy a 3D printer with that money. Yeah, think about that. Gotta think like a business person. Alright, let's load the yellow in here. Yeah, I mean, maybe I shouldn't do the toast because I already got a pizza. And we got a lot of food items, but I thought it was a quick one. A pick of a guitar for your guitar. That'd be kind of funny. Oh. No, never mind. I was thinking I can also just do like a block of cheese, but I don't know what the second color would be. Then it would end up just looking like the pizza. Uh-oh. I think it's having a little trouble loading. Some people, like, if you think your pen's clogged, just try pushing it. You can use a little bit of force and help it through. Sometimes that's necessary. But don't just give up and throw the pen away right away just because it's not feeding perfectly. Blue cats, I am going to do the cat pick. I'm going to do the cat pick next, I think, after this. Unless I get distracted by some other idea. But the toast will be quick. Ready for it? Super quick toast. I'm going to use the grid here to make it a perfect, not perfect, but square shape. And then it has these two little like bumps. Uh-oh. I think we're running into a little bit of technical issues with the pen not wanting to feed. I don't know. It's a very bright yellow for a toast. We'll see. We'll see if it's recognizable. It might just look like something else. I don't know. So I'm just going to do a concentric fill here, just spiral inward until I fill the whole thing up. The toastest with the mostest. Alright. Just a little bit more. Alright. There we go. I'll get this yellow out now. Or, no. I was considering if I should start the cat and make that yellow too, but I think we'll do some crazier colors for the cat. We'll just make it like pink or something. Oh, pink kitty. A money pick. Could be cool. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh, Nadia. You know me too well. But I think if I'm doing the brown outline for the toast, I don't know. Should I do swirls? Make a sandwich? That'd actually be a really fun little 3D pen project to make a sandwich. If I wasn't melting these flat, I would totally do that. So it'd be fun to like make the different layers of a sandwich and then melt them together, or a hamburger, or any kind of little food. Making tiny stuff is fun. If you haven't noticed by my little hats and stuff video, I like the tiny things. Julia, a bookmark. That's a good idea for what you can do with one of these. With the technique that I'm using. It would have to be a little bigger than this, of course. You can make paper clips too. Okay, let's get the brown back in there. This edge is a little bit nasty, so I'll clip that off. Yeah, a lot of you are like, Will, I like the idea of making toast marks with the brown, but then the fact that the outside is brown too, I don't know. I don't know if that'll make it better or worse. So I'm kind of having to push the plastic in right now. I don't know. Every now and again I have to give it some assistance. It might just be because I've been running this pen for so long. Sometimes they suggest not to like run the pen for hours at a time. But I'm kind of intentionally doing a torture test because I want to make sure there's a good pen for you guys. Even if it is cheap, you want it to work, you know. It's gotta last for a couple projects to be worth it. I guess they'll all die eventually. All 3D pens are gonna poop out. That's what happens when you got really like heating elements. Anything with heating elements is gonna fail eventually. Alright, let's do a quick outline, just a single line, and that'll be it. I will go a little slower though, that way it makes it kind of a thicker line. Just Nice and slow. Controlled. Oops. All right. Woo! I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that toast? Is that toasty enough? I guess so. I don't know what else I would do. There it is. Toast. Another one for the Hall of Fame. Alright. I'll do the cat. I promised the cat. And then after that, we're going to go over to my desk and start melting these. Then I might be done, or I might... Well, after that, I'll definitely do the giveaway, because I know I don't want to keep you guys up if you're just waiting for the giveaway, but I might continue the live stream. It's my problem. I have too much fun with these things. I know it probably hurts my view count if people see like a 4-hour video. They're not going to want to watch it often, but I really enjoy doing live streams. It's fun to interact with you guys, do things live. I don't have to edit it afterwards, which is nice. I agree. It's not the toastiest toast, but it's as good as I could get with the colors I had, and for that size and all that. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I was gonna make it a pink cap, but we gotta save the pink for the nose. Gotta give it a little pink nose. Let's do a glow-in-the-dark one. Glow-in-the-dark kitty. The galaxy pick does sound like a cool idea. I just don't want I think I should try to squash some of these before I continue making designs. Maybe I'll go back and forth. I'll squash these down, see how it works. I might have to change my technique a bit. Maybe I'm making them, maybe I'm making them too thick. Or maybe I'm not making them thick enough. So it's good to test that stuff before I make too many of these and ruin them all. Alright, Minty Toast. Sorry you gotta leave before I actually, Oh no, you got I made the toast. I thought you wanted the cat. You wanted the toast. Glad you got to see that. Alright, so let's do a little kitty. I'm still gonna make it... That's the thing, I want it to still be pick-shaped. I want this to be usable. Or not. Maybe I'll just make it a cat. Does it have to be a guitar pick? And now I'm gonna make it a guitar pick. But then that's a weird shape for a cat. It's a weird shape for a cat. I'll make it a slightly rounded guitar pick. I'm still gonna give him a little pointy chin. Print a shaver and shave. That'd actually be fun. And scary. See if I can shave myself with a 3D printed razor. I'm bad enough at shaving in general, I'd definitely end up bleeding. Doesn't mean I won't do it though. Suggestion noted. Alright, so let's start. This glow-in-the-dark one is kind of tricky. It's hard to make it stick sometimes. You gotta do a little bit of a blob first. Okay, so I'm gonna see how round I can make this with it still working as a pick. Needs to work as a cat and a pick. And I have a feeling that all of these I should have made a little smaller because once I squash them, they're going to expand. So they're going to all be kind of oversized. This one will be a little tinier. I mean, it's hard to do really tiny details with the 3D pen, of course. You can only do so much. Ugh. It's getting a little hairy over there. Alright, this is decent shape. I think I can make that into a cat. But I'm actually going to flip this over so that I have a nice flat surface to draw on. This side's a little lumpy. So I'm just going to make another temporary handle to hold this down. Just a blob like that. Boop. Then I have a nice clean surface to draw my cat on. Use a coin as a pick. Brian May used to use a coin as a pick. Yeah. You can... That's going to affect the sound and stuff, though. I'm sure you could do it to make some experimental stuff. But I don't know. There's a lot of... This, like, what is this? The Dunlap pick? I just love the shape. It's just like the perfect pick shape, in my opinion. Make a Minecraft slime. Maybe. That's basically just a square with square eyes, right? Okay. So we're going to give him little beady black eyes. Or let's use the, we'll use the Vertigo Gray again. Give her a little sparkle in her eyes. Alex, the Hazard, yeah, 3D printed scissors. That's another thing on my wish list. My infinite wish list of things I want to do. Cookie Ninja bread. Do I drink tea or coffee? Not too much of either. Although I like the taste of coffee, it just makes me a little too hyper typically, but I'm getting into it a little more. So it looks like this is actually going to feed all the way into the pen. We'll see if that causes a problem. We might just have to run it all the way through. Actually, yeah, I guess that's what we'll have to do. But it's also worth testing. See what happens when you lose your filament at the end of the pen. Oh no, oh no. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, 2 little dots for eyes. I can just hold the pen there for a second. I like to space them nice and far apart. It just increases the cuteness factor for some reason. Oh, it made a weird click. Alright, and we gotta make the little mouth before we do the nose. It's gonna have to be really quick. Oh no. It's not working. I should not have let the... Let's see if I can retract it. I guess the gear is at the top. Oh no, it's coming out. Yeah, it did come out, but I guess you shouldn't try to run the filament all the way through. I could have pushed it through with another piece of filament, but let's not risk jamming it at this point. Add something onto my ring. Yeah, maybe I will. That's actually fun. 3D pens are not bad for making rings, I guess. Okay, so I guess I did like part of a mouth, but then the filament ran out. I'll cut off some more of that Vertigo Gray. Make it more of a spool this time. I'll save it for the future. It's a good color. There we go. It would be cool if you could 3D print with 3mm filament and with 175. I do print with both. Now I have printers that use both 3mm and 175. As far as how the prints look, it makes absolutely no difference because the nozzle size is what determines the quality of the print. Cooking gingerbread, I am a bit hungry actually. I didn't eat this morning because I had my blood drawn. I did have a really late breakfast, but I'm looking forward to lunch. We are an hour and a half into the stream. I'm going to do at least another half hour. I mean, that's probably how long it's going to take just to do this thing. At the 2-hour mark, if I remember, and if I don't, remind me, at the 2-hour mark I'll do my giveaway. Someone's going to win this pen. Exciting! I'm glad it works too. I'm always scared that I'm going to get a pen that sucks, and I'm like, oh, I'm giving away a pen. It doesn't work, but congrats. Not the case today. This is a good 3D pen. Alright. It kind of did the mouth. It actually looks like a seal right now. You know, I forgot to give it ears. That's why. That's why. I could make it a seal if I just gave it a nose right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a seal, guys. Or some kind of weird creature. No. No. Let's give it a pink nose. We'll make it a cat. I'm so indecisive sometimes. Yes, I know I need to eat and drink. I lost my water bottle, otherwise I would have that with me. But once this stream is over, I promise you guys I will get plenty of nourishment. Although I have been living on my own for the past month almost, and I've lost some weight, definitely. I just get distracted doing these projects and I forget to eat. Oh, I should have done that. I should have used this to make black ears and just had a cat. I don't have to use the same glow-in-the-dark for the ears. Although since it is glow-in-the-dark, then it would look weird in the dark because you would not see the ears. So I guess I'll switch back to that after I do the nose. This is kind of annoying. I gotta wait for this whole thing to load just to do one little dot for the nose. All I want is a meme. I know not eating is not healthy, obviously. I don't recommend anyone try it. But I don't know, my metabolism, my body is pretty good at surviving. Seal in the dark, cat in the light. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It changes. That would actually be kind of cool. Like a glow-in-the-dark design that turns from one thing into another depending on if it's in the light or the dark. That's a cool idea. See, that's the cool thing about this live stream, and it kind of demonstrates something about design in general and just like creativity. If you're able to bounce ideas off of other people, you end up coming up with some really interesting ideas really quickly because you have your different points of view. And you know, when I studied design in college, that's a really big part of it is learning to look at problems from different points of view. Trying to basically collaborate with yourself by thinking from the different perspectives and things like that. Anyways, little dot for the nose here. Whoops, let me go the wrong way. Yep. I think the gears being a little too overused, but that's actually going to be good here. It'll help me control it. Whoa. Beep. the pink actually barely shows up, so maybe I should have done a seal. It just looks like another weird alien with a mustache. I'll give it some ears, but it's just gonna be some weird creature. It's not a cat or a dog. Yeah, if you're wondering what pen I'm using, I have a link in the description. It's the Sun Blue pen from GearBest. It was working really great, but it is starting to maybe overheat. But anyways, we'll see. I don't know if it's, I don't know, it still works. I don't know if it's actually dying or if it's just from running nonstop. Maybe after I give it some time to cool down and come back to it, it'll function like new. It still works, but it needs a little push every now and then. That might be the gears and stuff just overheating. Carrot ears? What does that even mean, carrot ears? What does that mean? Thanks, Michelle. I think it's cute too. It's a cute little whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's cute. Add the ring to the collection? Yeah, I guess I should. I'll add something onto that. Whoops. There we go. Oh, gotta put it in the order too. In the order of creation. Little 3D pen museum. A sock pick. That'd be fun too. It's weird. Like, random little things, like socks and stuff. For some reason, when you make them little tiny things with a pen, it becomes cool. Because I agree. For some reason, I would like to have a little sock. Pointless, but should have kept the pink. I should have made the inside of the ears with the pink. Ah. Wait, let me flip this over again too. Yeah, I'm going to do this from the back. So I'm just going to do some pointy triangles. Is this the same glow in the dark? It looks slightly different. Or is that just... Wait. Am I using a different color? The ears look like a totally different color, but... Hey. Yeah, I could do some color on the inside of the ear. But I'm not gonna. It's time to switch over. We're done with... Well, yeah. I was gonna add something to the ring, but... Let's go ahead and, let's start doing some other stuff for now. Let's start melting these and squashing them. Since we got two techniques I want to try. I want to try the heat gun. I want to try the clothes iron with some wax paper or parchment paper and see how that works. Some people also suggested a sandwich press, which would probably work really well, but I don't have one. That would probably work great. Just like the Teflon on both sides, flat sheets, and you squash it down and make a flat thing. I really wish I had one. But I guess that's something to look forward to. There's always more improvements that can be done. Alright, let me unplug the pen. Ben C, I don't have an Ultimaker 3. We'll see. Maybe they will want to send me one and have a review. But I'm definitely going to slow down with the reviews after I deal with all the ones I have to do right now. Because I don't want to become a review channel more than a design and project channel. I think the reviews are helpful, but there's so many other YouTubers who do that. Of course, still the more opinions the better, but I think my contribution I'm better off designing things for people to print on their channels. Okay, there we go. We got our stuff. Let's move on to the desk. We're actually going to switch cameras again. Yeah. Flip it and flop it. So sorry, we got to use this lower quality camera, but I can pull it over here. Let's start with the heat gun and do things the way I have with my last video. So here you can see I've got this. This was a $23 heat gun. I already put a link in the description for that as well. Push this up here. You're right, I did say I would do the Make Anything logo. I'll do it after this, if you keep reminding me. Sorry, I get distracted. I hope you guys can still hear me back here. Sam, the giveaway. Yeah, there will be a 3D pen giveaway. Whoa, you see my reflection over there. Funny. 3D pen giveaway is going to be in 20 minutes. I'm going to just ask a question, and you guys are going to have to answer as quickly as possible. The first person to give me a correct answer is the winner. Nice and easy. No waiting for names to be drawn or any of that. No suspense. It's just a frantic rush to win another one of these pens. Of course, if you don't win it through the giveaway in this stream, you can also become a patron still. I'll have a giveaway that runs for 2 or 3 weeks for winning the second one of these pens. Loud and not so clear. Well, isn't that how it always is, right? Okay. So yeah, I've got the glass here I used. It's still got some mold release. I really don't want to spray too much of that stuff in my room. I could try the wax paper, but first let's try it the way I've been doing it. So I am going to use a little tiny bit of this mold release. Might as well just spray all of them. Just try not to get too much. I mean, it goes everywhere. Whatever, I breathe enough fumes. You definitely want to give that some time to dry. People pointed that out in my video, that I wasn't giving it enough time to dry in my video. I was kind of rushed, but I also cut a lot of stuff out, so I did give it more time to dry than it looked like. But that's true, if it's not dry, it's not going to do its job. So, alright, let's point that right here. Let me jump right in front of the camera. So which one should we do? I guess we'll go in order. Although the pizza took a lot of effort. I don't know if I want to risk destroying the pizza. But you know, I've done this before. What's the risk? I know what I'm doing. Kind of. I do need a way to hold it down, maybe. That's one tool I forgot. Got a little knife, but I don't want to get plastic. Yeah, we got it. Okay. Got the heat gun. I'm going to use these little oven grabber thing. So let's put this over here. Let's put this on here. I hope this slate is strong enough that I can push down on it and not just break it in half. I don't think I'm that strong. I'm going to put that on the edge so that it's ready for me to grab. Here, let's give this a little room. I want you guys to have a nice, clear view in case I catch my house on fire. Okay, let's do it. Got my gun. I should plug it in though. That would help. All right, let's do it. I'll actually heat this up a little too. Okay, I'm gonna start at a lower temperature. That way it can melt a bit. It might get harder to hear me now. Sorry I don't have better quality. I wish I could give you a better close-up of what's happening. There you go. Hold on. Sorry, messed up the camera. I think that's as good as it'll get today. Where's my spatula? Just put it to the center there. It is going to shrink a little bit. Ah! That's something that I should have seen coming. So that's why it helps to just use a spatula or something to just grab one end, just like that. You do want to get it pretty hot. Uh-oh. I don't know if it's going to look like much of a pizza. And I'm going to move it over so it's on top of the wood. There we go, just squash it down. I probably could have cooked it a little longer. I don't know. It's squashed, but it's a little thick. Well, let's give that some time to dry. Let me bring it over to the other camera for you guys to see. It's not too hot, actually. I should have given it a little more time. Still kind of pizza-ish, but I don't know if it'll look like a pizza exactly. Let me just plug in the clothes iron. Just start getting this heated up. I'm going to set this to max temperature. Get that nice and hot. We'll do the alien with that one. Yeah, all of these are just going to squash out. I don't know why I didn't think about that more. So like, everything gets kind of squashed. So you're probably better off doing abstract designs, but eh. All right. It is a fat pizza, but I am going to be cutting it down again. That's just the general shape. I'll trim it again. And I can actually hear it right now. When it starts to cool down, it's shrinking, and you can kind of hear it popping off of the thing. Yeah, I'm going to sand everything down. I'll cut it, and I got my sanding block here. I'm not going to sand it like crazy because we're in my room. Alright, so while the clothing iron is heating up, that one, well, let's see. I've got a baking tray, so we're going to put that on there. Let's see. We'll use the baking tray, that way we at least have that side flat, and the other side should be flat because the iron itself, even though it does have some holes on it. I don't know, this one is a pure experiment. I have not tried this at all. Which one should I do? Should I already try my little cat thing? Or should I do the alien? Let's do the alien. 10 minutes till the giveaway, guys. I need to start thinking of questions. Oh man. I'm bad at stuff like that. Alright. Yeah, some people suggested wax paper, and I was worried, like, thinking that the wax paper would ruin the clothing iron. But apparently that's actually a technique for, like, making the iron more slick. People purposefully just iron wax paper. Still, I might start by putting parchment paper on top of the wax paper. I don't know what the difference is entirely, as far as, like, which one will be better. Yeah, I think it should be fine. I could put some fabric in between. I'll put some cotton in between the iron and the part. But let's see. I gotta put my chair away. It's crowded in here, guys. Alright, so I got my wax paper. I'm gonna put the alien down there. And then I'm just gonna fold this in half. Give it a nice. So it should be non-stick, right? That's the idea. And let's get some parchment paper too. I'll put this on top. I don't want to risk ruining the iron. Alright. I think it's hot. I don't know if it's at maximum heat, but let's just throw it on there and see what happens. That's what experimentation is about. Pop. There it is. I don't know how long to leave it here or what's going to happen. I guess I shouldn't move it around too much because that might just smear the design. But let's see. You guys have any suggestions? A unicorn would be tough to make. Now the problem, maybe I shouldn't have done this on a metal sheet because the metal is going to be absorbing the heat and that's going to make it harder to melt this actually. But I wanted it to be a hard surface, otherwise I would have just done it directly on the ironing board. I want it to be flat. What kind of questions will the giveaway be like? Okay, one question is going to be... It's going to be things that you might have learned from my channel. I don't know. I haven't thought of them yet. Okay, the wax is melting now. So it is looking liquidy. The alien does still look... doesn't look smooth yet. Guess I do need to give it a little bit of a squishing action. I can't tell, but it doesn't look like it's really getting squished. Pressure! Whoops. That's hot. definitely hot. That's good. But this plastic needs to be pretty toasty. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. It's actually working. It's flexible, so maybe I'll put a mirror on top of it while it cools down to keep it flat. We'll just do that. Maybe 2 mirrors. There we go. Alright. Alright, we'll let that be. In the meantime, we'll do another one this style. We're just going to be jumping back and forth. Although, no. Let's actually take this. We got this. As you can see, the mold release worked. It came right off. And there we go. It's a crazy squash-looking pizza. It's pretty thick, so let's see if I can actually trim it with scissors. I'm back here. What's up? Alright, yeah, like I said, this is pretty thick, so I've got some good scissors, though. Let's see what happens. Let's try to cut into it. And it works. Oh, it's easier to kind of do straight cuts first. Just cracking a bit. It might break. You can see how thick it is. It's maybe like 1.2 millimeters, which makes it a little stiff for a guitar pick. So it's just going to be a pizza now. I'm not even going to try to make it a pick. I'm going to keep it nice and pointy, and it'll just be a pizza. Little pizza keychain. Fun stuff. It's making so many cracking noises. I'm worried. And where did that fly off to? See, the reason I can't have the stream go all day is because I'm going to spend the rest of the day cleaning up my room. There we go. Yeah, it did crack a little bit. You probably can't even see it. There's kind of like little fractures on the edges here from using the scissors, so I might have been better off not using the scissors, using something else, but yeah. So that was a quick and easy pizza. Oh no, I forgot that camera's not on anymore. It's tough switching between cameras and stuff. No, I'm not. I was about to just stand it right here, but that's just going to be a mess. I'm only so dedicated. I'm not going to do that. Alright, let's jump over here. And I got my little sanding block. I showed how to make this in some previous videos. It's just a block of wood, and I use double stick tape to put sandpaper on both sides, which makes it perfectly flat, which is really nice. Then I can just take a straight edge here and sand it down. And I like to kind of like angle it like that to round it out a bit. So it'll be nice and flat and softer. Let's do it over the slate here. This is fun. It's fun making stuff in front of you guys. I mean, I don't know how many DIY channels do live streams, really. Usually live streams are for talk shows and stuff. As far as I know, I think it's a fun idea doing DIY live. Alright, maybe a little more rounding there. A little bit of rounding for the tip just so it doesn't break off so easily. Even though I like it being nice and pointy. It's a pretty awesome little pizza. Voila. Pizza. And then we got a weird pattern on the back, some blue lines. Not pizza. Pizza? Not pizza. I like it. Ah! It definitely didn't come out perfect, but I think that's recognizable, right? You know that's a pizza. The giveaway. Oh, good. Thanks for reminding me. The giveaway starts right now. Okay. How's it going, guys? 3D pen giveaway. We've got about 200 of you here, so it's the odds are slim, but much better than most giveaways, I'd say. All right. Glad you guys like the pizza. I'm gonna look through my videos really quickly and come up with some questions, and then once I do that, off it goes. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I have two questions. Alright, guys. I think I've got it. Might be a little tricky. It's not going to be the easiest quiz. You really got to know your Make Anything if you want to win this 3D pen. So, I'm going to... Well, no, let me think of a third. Alright. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask 3 questions right now. And if you are able to answer all 3 in a single comment, don't just answer one of the questions, because that's going to do nothing except give the answer to other people. If you want to do that, sure. But basically, the first person to leave a comment with all 3 answers to these 3 questions, I will send one of these Sunlu 3D pens. Boom. That easy. Just gotta know you're making anything. So here are the 3 questions. Everyone ready? Question 1. What is the name of my 3D printed guitar? Question 2. What is the name of the shape that I created for the ambiguous cylinder? That mix between a square and a circle. And question number 3. What is the name of the program I use to draw in virtual reality? That I use to make my mammoth and some of my other things. Those are my 3 questions. You can answer all 3 in one, you've got the pen. I know those are some obscure ones, some from my very earliest videos. But I know it's tough. Maybe if you're quick, you can run through and research. If no one can answer it within 3 minutes, then I guess I'll have to come up with some easier ones. But hey, if someone knows it, good for you. Ooh. Gamer guy, you're close. You better watch the comments. Waiting to copy an answer. Then you're too late. Toasty McToastface, you win. That's it. Oh, you guys, there were a lot of really close calls. But Toasty McToastface is the winner. You win yourself a 3D pen. Brother? I'm saying brother. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, but congrats, dude. I will write down your username, and if I'm assuming you're subscribed, if you are subscribed, I will, what's it called? I'll find you on YouTube and I'll send you a message. So check your YouTube messages maybe like 30 minutes after this live stream when I have time to do that. But for now, I'm going to continue doing this. But congrats, and everyone else, thanks for trying out. Thank you guys for getting me to 150,000 subscribers. I never dreamed of it, honestly. I did not think I would be so successful with this channel. And it's awesome. As I said, I have 2 of these. The second one is reserved for my Patreons. It's not too late to join. You can join Patreon as long as you have donated for at least 1 month. So if you win right after signing up, I can't give you the prize until next month. But basically, if you're on Patreon and you donate at least $2 a month, you can win this pen. Awesome, that was fun. Toasty, I will write down your username right now to make sure I don't forget. Don't worry. Don't you freak out. It is yours. You officially are the winner. Just got a piece of cardboard here. How fitting that we made a little toast. I think I'm gonna make the toast next in honor of Toasty McToastface. Boom, winner. Yeah, nope. He was definitely the first to answer. Sorry, guys. Alright, yeah, let's do a toast. Let's squish a toast. First, let's see how the alien came out. Ugh. Put this down again. Here we got our little alien. We put it through the iron. The wax paper technique. Uh-oh. The wax paper is stuck. That is supposed to be non-stick. Yeah, it's kind of flat, but it's not smooth at all. I think I'm gonna give it a second run through under the heat gun. That was my attempt with the clothing iron. Good suggestion, but I'm gonna have to do some more experimenting with that. Maybe use a hotter iron. I definitely still want to use the sandwich press when I can. But for now, let's well, we'll save that. Right now, I'm gonna run the toast under here. Gotta honor the winner. Throw the toast on there. Use a little spatula to hold it down. Actually, I'm going to spray the spatula with a little mold release too. That way it doesn't screw things up. Whew. Don't worry, I've got a window open, guys. If you're doing 3D pen drawing or anything like this, you definitely want ventilation. I should use more, honestly, but for the sake of keeping the noise down and for the stream, I'm doing what I'm doing. Ask more questions for fun, not for the giveaway. But I'm going to save them for the next giveaway. You know what, guys? I'll do another giveaway. I will do another giveaway for one of these little things I make. But not right now. Let's melt these down first. The problem is everything shrivels up, so the toast is no longer a toast. Ah! No! Every time. You know what, that's not a toast anymore, so I'm just going to swirl it around and get a cool blue, green, and what am I saying? Yellow and brown. I'm just going to make it, I'm just going to make it a blob. Let's throw in some of this scrap too. Sorry, the toast is dead. Toast face may be the winner, but the toast is toast. This is probably not going to work. This is going to blow everywhere. But let's see if we can mix some extra stuff into there and make a little bit of a combo. Uh-oh. What a mess. I think I completely destroyed this one. That was my worst yet, for sure. Gotta be ugly, but whatever. Let's see what we can do with it. Does that sum you up, Toast Face? That is the least toasty toast. Oh, I don't think it's even staying flat. I need to put some weight on top of it. There. Gosh. What a mess. Well, anyways. We still got an alien and a little cat to do. But I think I may be coming to the realization that this technique, it works well for recycling failed prints. It works well for making cool patterns. As far as making visual representations of actual things, that's where it starts to get tricky. Because everything kind of squashes out when you flatten it, of course. And then as it's heating up, it also shrivels up. That's why the clothes iron technique sounded really good. Because it doesn't allow things to shrivel up the way it does when I just blow the heat gun directly on it, of course. The pizza worked okay. The toast, not so much. The alien, it's not smooth enough for my taste. I think, okay, this is what we could try next. I'm not sure if it'll get hot enough, but at least it would keep it from shriveling up. But I could put it between the two mirrors from the beginning, and then use the heat gun on the outside of the mirror, and hopefully that heat will transfer through and allow it to squash. Think that will work? Think that guys work well? I'm getting hungry, guys. I'm starting to get delirious. Yeah, you know what? Honest spiritual. I do have a silicone mat in the kitchen, and I considered bringing it up today and trying to use it, but I don't think it would really help with the things I have right now. I don't know. The glass, like the mirrors work really well because the glass gives it like a super clean, smooth finish. You guys can't see it, but this pizza, it's like, it can reflect light. It's shiny. It's glossy. The alien, it's flat, but it's not. It doesn't have that gloss. It still looks like individual lines of a 3D pen, versus the glass technique, which really squishes everything together so that it looks like a single part. All right. Oops. Oh, this looks bad, guys. It looks ugly. Take a look. The abomination. This is still warm. It's not too bad. No, it's kind of hot. Gotta give it some more time to cool off. But it's kind of just a blob. Oh, sorry, Julia, thanks. Everyone who's watching this at a weird hour, who doesn't live anywhere near California, thank you for coming by. A lot of you are in Europe and other countries, South America, you're all over the world. It's awesome. A hair straightening iron. Maybe. How hot do those things get? I don't have one of those either, so. Of course. Alright, well, it's still cooling down. Let's try the cat. Or, yeah, let's try the cat. Let's try what I was saying of just, still enough mold release on there. We're just going to sandwich this. Like that. I don't know if that's going to work. It's not even going to stay in place. Where do we go from here, guys? I think... Well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. If I just put this here, and I'll just hold it down, and see if we can get something. I might just melt the back of the mirror. The mirror might crack, too, if I heat it up too quickly. I can't add a weight because that would absorb the heat. I don't know which microphone is working. You probably can't even hear me right now, can you? Oh, I think I heard a crack. Let's see if we can push it down. Oh! There it goes. I predicted that maybe happening. Ah, no! Melting my table. Stop it. Ah. Well, that's what happens when you experiment, guys. Poor kitty cat. We can still try to squash her down, but it's gonna have a crack. Alright, we learned another way not to do it. I thought I was heating it up slowly enough that it might not crack, but that's science for you. Expansion or something. Alright, that didn't work. But we still have this old, what used to be toast. So let's take that off. See what we can make out of that. This one is thinner. Looks like this one can actually make a pick at least. Maybe. It's uneven thickness. There's actually good thickness for a pick. So yeah, let's do it. Let's make a pick. Where? Switching the cameras. Alright, so yeah, here it is. It sure doesn't look like anything. It does still look cheesy though. It looks appetizing. And it's very well squished. So this was just done by the standard, which of course it works because I refined it while I was doing it in my last video. I spent a lot of time experimenting with this already. But I wasn't doing intentional designs, and apparently it's very difficult to do. Okay, so I'm going to do this the way I did a lot of my picks, and it's actually thinnest on the back here, and the point where you would normally play is a little thicker, which is kind of the opposite of what I would want, I think. I like them pretty thin, but if you check this out, it just barely is big enough to make a pick, so I have to do it in that orientation. So let me do this. I'm going to put it down for you guys. And basically, I'm just going to outline it. I don't want to cut into my guitar pick either. And when it's this thin, it's actually a lot easier to cut, and it's a lot less risk of it cracking or anything. Although this plastic seems pretty brittle. It's just some random cheap plastic, unlike most of the 3D printing filament I use is really high quality. Or decent quality. I'm guessing these filaments for 3D pens from China are much lower standards, and that's why it's more likely to crack. Be a little less sturdy. I'll try to play guitar with this one and we'll see if it just explodes. So there's the rough shape, and get my little sanding stick. Screw it, I'll just sand it right here. I'll clean this up. I have a trash can here. Yeah. Now you can kind of just run it along like that. Sorry, I took the carrot ring off. It's back. Actually, I didn't even think of it as a carrot ring, but it'd be funny if I put the little carrot top on it. It's the only time I will ever say carrot top. Worst comedian. Alright, this is working pretty well. So yeah, it worked. We got a pick. It's just not a piece of toast like it was supposed to be. At all. But maybe I'll have better luck doing some cool patterns and stuff. Yeah, you can definitely go, go up to higher grit sandpaper and smooth it out more, but I'm not going to spend too long doing this because that's not very exciting live stream, is it? The sanding channel. I guess some people would be into that. ASMR, right? Sanding is apparently a good one. Alright, there we go. Guitar pick. Aw, yeah. Looks pretty good. So you can see it's pretty flexible. But this one is it does crackle a little bit, which makes me think it's not going to last that long. Okay, what next? What else do we have? Oh, we've got the cracked one here. Ah, change the camera. Alright. Let's go back here. This one might be dead, but let's see. Poor kitty. This is even still warm. Yeah, it's still cooling down. It's a lot easier to remove after it's cooled down. But it looks like it was a total failure anyways. Or we're going to have to re-squash it. So let's re-squash the alien while we're at it. See what kind of a mess that turns into. I mean, if this one doesn't curl down too much, we might actually be able to get it to work. Let's go over here a little bit for you guys. Alright. So I'm just going to try to use the very corner of this thing to hold it down so that it doesn't stick. There we go. And it is scribbling up. We'll add it quickly. Good point, Ryan. If I used Pyrex or some kind of borosilicate glass, like the stuff they use for heating beds and 3D printers, that would work a lot better. This is untreated glass right here. Alright, looks good enough. Oh, that one cracks too. Wow, not having a lot of luck this time around. I mean, I did crack some glass during my last video, but not this many. Maybe it's the slate that's absorbing heat or not absorbing enough. I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely better to use a special glass that's made for high temperature use. Where did it crack through? Did it crack through the middle? It did. Darn it. Well, let's leave that for a second. What's left? That's it, right? We got this. Yeah, we got the other cracked kitty. Sorry, guys, it's live streams. It can't promise things to work out. Oh, and the cat, it got super squished anyways. Like, his eyes are huge, and his little mouth turned into a mustache. Wah, wah. Shame. He was a cutie. I don't think I'm going to try to fix that. We did have success with the pizza. I've got to say, the pizza I'm going to call a success. The other pick kind of failed. So, give me some comments. Do you guys want me to spend some time making more designs? Should I try a few more of these? Less of making things and more of just trying to make cool colors or combining interesting colors or making patterns. That'll definitely work better than trying to make a cat or a piece of toast. So I can either do that or not. I can try to make anything logo, but I don't think that's going to work either. I can just make 3D pen stuff. I don't have to melt it. Or, you know what might be fun is to just blast the heat gun at a 3D print. Just for fun, you know? I think, let's do that. Let's melt a Benchy. If you guys don't know the Benchy, it's a boat that people use to calibrate their printers. So I have a few of them, since I've had a few printers. This is not one of my shoddy A6 ones. Okay. This is the crappiest Benchy that I own because it was my first print off the A2. Sorry. This is off the A2 when it was like totally uncalibrated, and I still need to add a part cooling fan, so it has some problems. It's definitely still a boat though. Let's blast it with a heat gun. Although it would be fun to do something with multicolors, to watch them, but I'd feel bad. Well, let's see how this works, and if it looks cool, we can melt Squirtle, which was printed on the palette. I really love him, but for the entertainment, people like seeing destruction. Goodbye, Benchy. I'm melting a snowman, that would be funny. Alright. Where should I melt it from? Straight down? From the side? He might blow away. I do want to avoid that. Alright. Let's set up a good angle for this magical experience. The boat. Dun dun dun. Melts the strings away, which is good. Ah, don't fly away. Oh, yeah. Oh, there he goes. Total destruction. Whoa! It's squashing. Bye bye, Benchy. Well, I had fun with that. Boys will be boys. Was that entertaining for you guys? Looks pretty cool over here. I don't know about the angle you guys got, but you can kind of see the infill kind of showing, and then it bubbled up a little bit. I had fun with it. I'm sorry to anyone who feels bad for the boat. Melt anything. Maybe I'll do that. It would be a fun little video, I guess, for some people. Just blast things with the heat gun. I think Matter Hackers actually did a video where they had the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. And I think they used like a blowtorch. I'm not sure if they used a heat gun. I think they used a blowtorch and actually melted it, so it burnt a little bit. It would be fun to melt things with the heat gun. I think we should do Squirtle. As much as I love the model. Or we could melt one of the 3D pen guys I made. I have more of a connection with them though. Melt the carrot? I don't know. I think I would lose a lot of subscribers if I melted the carrot. I think that's okay. That was a little teaser. If I melted the Squirtle, I'd want to at least do it with a really nice camera instead of this crappy webcam. So we'll save that for another time. Let's see how this cracked piece worked out. And we'll draw this to an end pretty soon, guys. There's my alien. Hey, I mean, it's not the worst. I can make this into a pic. Here's the alien. Yeah, it also got a little squashed and stretched out. It's glow in the dark, though. I don't know if I'll be able to show that. Let's see if I can get some glow action. Can you see that? Glow. So that's pretty cool. It does glow. Let's see if we can fit a guitar pick in there. And not quite. It's a little... Didn't squash it quite enough to do a guitar pick. As you can see. I can make a little tiny one. Let's do it. Make a little tiny pick. Sorry, aliens. Don't mean to cut into your likeness. Oh, I'm gonna point this down again. If there wasn't a hole right there, I might have actually been able to do it a little better. And this filament still is cracking a little easily. So, I actually think that using the failed prints was more successful than using the 3D pen. It might have to do with the quality of the filaments. But I'm actually kind of happy about that because the whole idea is that it's recycling failed prints. And that kind of is defeated if you start making things intentionally to melt. But hey, it's both there. Not the twisty container. No! Luke, I'm glad you enjoy the live streams. I probably will do them more often. I mean, I do them. I've done quite a few lately. It's nice for me too because I get to interact with you guys, which is super fun, and I don't have to spend 2 days editing a video because the videos I do otherwise usually take a day or two to edit. But of course, you know, it's a lot easier to watch those after the fact. With these live streams, you kind of got to be here, you know. Although I'll leave the live streams up too. Hey, it's a little baby alien pig. This actually worked out okay. His eyes aren't totally even, but it's kind of cute. Not the worst. Imagination to form. Yeah, if you're buying recycled PLA, it's super cool. I love it. Depends what you're making, but every time you remelt PLA, it's pretty much going to get more brittle. You can recycle it and do like partially recycled or just add some additives to bring it back to its original quality. I don't want to say not to buy recycled PLA, but typically there is some degradation in quality each time you reuse the plastic. There's a bit of smoothing that needs to be done there. Oh yeah, we got an alien man. We got an alien man, we got a melty toast pick, we got a slice of pizza, we got a carrot. Come on, guys. Sun Lu Pen. I'm pretty happy with this one, so thanks to GearBest for sending it to me. It's a good 3D pen, guys. If you're looking for a cheap one, I think I finally found a good cheap 3D pen. I forget how much the Joycrafty cost, but it wasn't this cheap. 26 bucks. This is definitely the cheapest pen I've tried. So far, it's worked okay. It was starting to slow down a little. Maybe I should try something now that it's had time to cool down. Do we still have any mirrors? We still got a couple mirrors that are still alive. I'm going to do one more design. More abstract. And it's going to have to make anything logo since that was something I said I would do. We're going to do that. Melt it down. See how that works. I'll play you guys 2 songs on the guitar picks and just test those out. And then we'll call it a day. It's already 5 o'clock. The stream's been going on for an hour and 2 hours and a half. So that's longer than I said I'd be here. Then I'm going to have lunch, aka dinner, lunch at like 5:30 or 6. But yeah, I'm going to make a kind of larger design with some more colors. Something that'll just look cool when it's mixed together. So, hold on. Bring this over here so I can see you guys. I'm going to come sit down here for a second again. Yeah, I want to give away a pick, but I think it might break. Okay, let's do that. Let's see. I'm going to have one more giveaway right now. Spontaneous giveaway for one of these. It'll be your choice which one you want. Heck. I'll even give you the messed up cat if you want. For some reason. Alright, guys. Giveaway number 2. First person to answer my question. It's just going to be one question this time. So it's all about speed. It's all about knowing your stuff. But I am going to try. Let's see if I can make it something obscure. Oh gosh, this is going to be tough. This is going to be... What can I ask? I'm going through my videos right now, trying to get a spark of inspiration. I don't want to make it impossible, you know? Okay, here's one. This one's not too hard. First person to give me all three in a single comment. What are the names of my three original Galactops? I had three of them. The winner will be the first person to answer that. It's still tricky. I'm not going to make it too easy. Matthijs. I don't know how to say your name. Matthijs Vanacker. You're studying product development. I studied product design, which might be the same thing. So that's probably why you see similarities. No answers coming in. Primrose, yes, they're called Galactops. But what are the names of the specific Galactops? There were three of them, and they each had their own specific names. I'm tough, huh? I'm tough with my questions. We're going to heat this pen up in the meantime. I think there might be a delay also with my chat, what I'm able to see. Maybe this question was harder than I meant it to be. I know them so well, obviously, because I made them, but gosh. Hey, I mean, no one's answered yet. Okay, there we go. Claudia Crane. You got it. Claudia Crane. You are the winner. Let me write down your name, too. Congrats. It's a little prize, but I hope you like it. I hope you don't live on the North Pole or something, because it's going to cost me a lot of money to send it to you then. Oh no, I destroyed my pen. Whoops. Broke my pen. I know, everyone's looking up the video, but hey, whatever. Colin, you were close. You got it right, but you were just a little too late. Claudia is the winner. Alright, we've got the pen heating up, do we? Oh, no. I've got it heating up now. Let's put this webcam back on. So just a little bit more stuff we're going to do. The people are slowly dwindling away. We got 150 still. 150 of you still here. Thanks, y'all. We're going to do one more little quick three doodle. Not a three doodle, sorry. If I was using the three doodler, it would be a three doodle. I'm using the sun blue pen. So we're going to do another little 3D pen drawing. Try to squash it without breaking a mirror this time. Shoot, I bet I have really bad luck, huh? Breaking all those mirrors. That's another thing. Alright, Claudia, congrats on winning. I will send you a message as well. Just make sure you're subscribed, otherwise I can't send you a message. I'll send you a message and let me know which pics you want. I'll let you have 2 of them. Why not? Even the pizza. Cute little pizza. Maybe I'll send you some other stuff to make it worth it, you know? Okay. So, pop this down here. We're going to make one more design. I'm going to start with the Vertigo Gray and do a Make Anything logo, and then we're going to throw a bunch of stuff on top of that. I have a feeling you're not even going to recognize the logo. Based on the way these experiments have been going so far, it's probably just going to turn into a blob. But hey. Sorry, Carter, I don't know what the Adventures Tower looks like. So I know I can't draw it. Yes, Kylie, my logo does say MA. A lot of people don't see that. It's a little hidden. But that's kind of the idea. 3 triangles that make an MA, and they're also like the same shape, replicated 3 times. Because it's about 3D printing, and 3D printing is about replication of objects, perfect replicas and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with my logo. No plans on changing it anytime soon. Yes, you get to see the back of my head. Okay, where's my scrap box over here? Still collecting my failed prints, guys, because there will be future experiments. Alright, so let's do a quick Make Anything logo. I'm going to make it, I want this to be about a little bigger than the pick, but if you make it too big, the heat gun can't melt it all at once and it becomes harder to squash it flat. So can't make it too big. No, that should be good. Fill the last one in. Sorry, I should move the light here a little bit for you guys. And I've noticed you really got to close all the cracks, because otherwise the heat gun will just find little spaces and blow it apart. So that's one of the tough things about using the 3D pen. A lot of the times it leaves little spaces. There we go. Cool. That was a good one. That sounded like the intro, huh? How much would you guys hate me if I had that song playing the whole time during this live stream? I know some of you really don't like that song, but it's the only song that I've made that works as like a background music for my channel. I apologize. I understand that it's annoying to hear the same exact song every time. But it's all I got. And if I don't, like, if I just have silence, then, I don't know, it just doesn't connect together as well. Rebecca, that's awesome that you shared my video with your class, or that your teacher did, but thanks for recommending it. I definitely need to start doing more educational videos that really can benefit classes. Yeah, I know, I should have used the grid to make it, but like I said, it's going to all be squashed anyways, so doesn't matter too much. Also, now that I've given the pen some time, it's working really well again. I don't have to push the filament in. So that's just a thing that's pretty common with 3D pens, I guess, especially cheaper ones like this. If you try to use it continuously for like 2 or 3 hours, it could start to function a little poorly. Okay, now let's just do a mess of colors. Actually, I'm going to grab the gold. I absolutely love this gold when I was doing my other recycled pens. It's from Argos, which is a filament brand that I never used before, but I was just searching gold filaments on Amazon, and this was the best one I could find. It's really hard to get a good gold that's actually like shiny and the right tone and everything. This gold looks great. So let's just make a little spool of that. Whoop, collecting some of that. I'm not going to fill the rest white. That would be so boring. No offense to your idea. I mean, it would look cool, but for the sake of squashing plastic together, I want to create a cool mix. So I'm going to do some swirls and stuff. Carter, I think you can use AutoCAD to make some pretty complex things. I barely used AutoCAD a little bit when I was first learning those. I only used it to make two-dimensional drawings. I never actually used it for 3D design. But I'm sure you can make really cool stuff to 3D print. What's my favorite color, Kylie? It's not really green or orange. Those are just the filaments I decided to use because you guys wanted carrots so bad. I do like green. I do like wearing dark green and stuff. I do like this green. But I think my favorite color is still a nice blue. Nice like cerulean blue maybe, or a little lighter. Or kind of a turquoise. I really like turquoise or jade and the cooler colors. Definitely like in a warm versus cool color battle, I'm on the cool side. That's why I say cool in my intro. That's the whole reason. Little bonus tip over there. Mo, can I talk about the filament? Yeah, I personally use filament mostly for my 3D printers. All the 3D pen filament I have has been just sent to me. But it makes sense to get those sample packs because you want to use a lot of different colors. If you buy a 3D printer spool, you're going to have a huge amount of one color. Maybe it depends, it depends on what you're trying to design, but I guess most people who get 3D pens want to be able to do things with different colors and stuff, and that's one of the things that makes it special compared to 3D printing. You need a very expensive 3D printer to be able to make something that has all these colors in it. Or you need to design it in a very specific way, but with the 3D pen you can just switch out colors whenever you want and add them all together. It lasts fairly long. I mean, the filament comes out thinner than it is on the spool. So if you have like a meter of filament, you'll probably be able to draw 2 meters of doodles. Whether you think that's a lot or not, I don't know. Okay, let's do some swirls, some gold swirls. If this is feeding, yeah, there it goes. So this is going to be my attempt to kind of incorporate the galaxy idea that was also requested. I'm going to do some kind of like spacey craziness. Kind of going off. Oh, sorry. I'm kind of off the screen there. I mean, I'm not going to be too precise here because I have learned that it doesn't really matter. It's all going to be squashed down anyways. Although if I made like a perfect grid or something, that would show up in the design. Maybe I'll just create the outline too. How big this whole thing is going to be. It's going to be this blobby shape, not quite a circle, but kind of. I'm sorry, this is reflecting funky too. Ah! Every time I look up, I start drawing some kind of crazy line. The graphics gamer. You don't need a super powerful PC for 3D printing. Definitely not for 3D printing at all. Like the slicers you use and the files that are printed usually aren't too resource heavy on your computer. Now, to design things, you might want a good computer. Fusion 360 is pretty awesome. Like I can run it on my Mac or my PC, but it definitely runs slower on my Mac. My PC, I've got like a GTX 980, I think, or maybe even a 970. I got like the minimum for using my VR headset. So you do want a powerful PC. It helps. Let's just say that. I did run SolidWorks for a long time on my Mac using a virtual Windows, and it worked, but when you got really complicated, it was a pain. So the better your computer is, the happier you will be, the less frustrated you will be. Pretty cool swirls, huh? There's a little gap there. Let me fill it in. But yeah, you can. I mean, you can get Tinkercad on Mac. There's applications. I think Tinkercad too has like a cloud-based program, so you can design on your web browser, and then it doesn't really matter how strong your computer is. Kylie, the farthest place I've traveled. I don't know what's the farthest from where I am right now, but the coolest places I've traveled. I've been really lucky to travel to some really awesome places, like almost every place on my bucket list, which is basically Iceland in 2013. In 2014, I studied abroad in Japan, so I was there for like 100 days. It was just amazing. And then last year, end of last year, I went. Was it end of last year? 2014, 2015. Yeah, I think the new year, 2016 and end of 2015, I went to Peru, and we actually went on a tour of the Amazon jungle. We went like way deep into the jungle. If you guys don't know, I'm really into photography and like bugs and wildlife, and like it's insane. The creatures you'll see there don't exist anywhere else in the world. It's pretty wild. But Iceland is also beautiful for nature, so gosh, those three places are like my three favorite places I've visited. Okay, let's use some of this glow-in-the-dark blue. Yeah, I really like gold and blue. Lewis, sorry. Thanks for the request. The lion face would be cool, but this is my last design for today. I've been streaming for quite a while already. So I'm calling it after I draw this and melt it and squash it. Then that'll be it for that. I feel like something... Why are there stripes? That's just because it's transparent. When did I do that anyways? I didn't mean for this to be transparent. I don't even know where... I don't know how that happened. That ended up being... Okay, anyways. Thanks, Carter, for sharing my Instagram. Yeah, you guys should definitely, like, if you're on Instagram and you're not following me already, join it, because I post some cool stuff on there. I posted some... My last post was some close-up photos of this melted plastic stuff, and it looks super cool. And I haven't shared that anywhere else, so you definitely get some cool exclusive stuff on Instagram. And also, I just share nice photos of most of my projects. I will go get lunch soon. Yeah. I've got to live my life. And then, of course, I'm going to start working on my next video. I'll probably go climbing tonight, too. I'm so happy that I can climb again. Okay. Gosh, I wanted to fill this in, but it takes a long time to fill in that much space. So I'll kind of just try to go in and fill the gaps. We'll fill the gaps with this, and then I'll just go ahead and squash it. Like if you add too many colors, it can become a bit much. So this will actually be pretty nice. If we just have some gold, some vertigo gray, and some glow-in-the-dark blue, they're all pretty interesting filaments. So if I can successfully squash this, I haven't been having the best luck today. But if I do a good squash, really let it melt, I think this one will be cool. And if the mirror doesn't break. Okay, I think I can read comments while I'm filling this in. It doesn't have to be too precise. Yeah, Francesca, I know it's 5 p.m. It's actually almost 5:30, and yeah, I haven't had lunch. I know that's crazy. But I love you guys, so that's why I do it. For the sake of the live stream. Plus, I don't really get hungry. I know that's weird and probably unhealthy, but I really don't. If I have one great big meal in a day, I will survive. Even though that's not healthy, I do not recommend. Can I do a giant build? I really wish I could. I mean, I am in talks with the folks over at Fusion 360. I might collab with them and do a really giant build, like something really cool that I'm really excited about. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but man, I really hope that will come through. Alright, sorry. Can't really see what I'm doing right now, but basically I'm just trying to fill in all the swirls, trying to avoid having any gaps. I'll probably have to go over this again with another color, even though I said I wouldn't. Maybe I'll use the other glow in the dark. Then we can have both like blue and green glowing. It'll look really cool in the dark. If it does look super cool, I'll make a little video or something and share that on Instagram. As someone mentioned, I think it was Carter. As Carter mentioned, my Instagram account is at DDDEVINNN. It's my name, but with 3 D's and 3 N's. Why? Because it's easy to remember. Except it's hard to just say. I wish it was... I mean, I probably should have made a separate Instagram for Make Anything, but I like to share my creative works with everyone anyways, whether you're a close friend or a YouTube follower. I got my SolidWorks skills in college. I studied at Art Center College of Design. If you are interested in product design, look at that school up because they are #1. And I'm not just saying that because I went there. It really is an amazing school to learn product design. And you get so many connections with people in every company. Wherever you want to work. You know, if you want to work for a big company, there will be people who graduated from Art Center who will look at your portfolio. So it's pretty awesome. Of course, I just ended up making YouTube videos. That's another option. I don't know what you're talking about, cable TV. I'm not on Twitch. If I am, someone is just pretending to be me and simulcasting my stream, which would be kind of funny. Okay, I've got most of it filled in. I'm going to go a little more. Like I said, I really don't want any gaps to be in there, otherwise there might just be a big hole in the middle of this thing when I squash it down, and that would kind of suck. Joel, I've been on for a little over 3 hours, which is kind of long for a live stream, but considering my last one was 10.5 hours, I'm pretty happy with things as they are. 3 hours is 3 hours is nothing after that, honestly. And I'll probably never do another live stream that long again. So thanks to everyone who joined for that. Some of you stuck through for like 6 hours, which is just insane, but very appreciated. Okay, still some holes, but I think we're pretty good. Better to be safe than sorry, right? As you said, I've been live streaming for 3 hours. Might as well spend an extra 2 or 3 minutes making sure I really fill this in. I don't know. Do people watch live streams really after they're not live anymore? I feel like for some reason it would be harder to sit through, but I guess not. If you're just like watching this in the background. Obviously, I don't expect anyone to just sit and stare at me for 3 hours when it's not live. But if you do, what's up, you crazy person? What, the mouse? Are you hating on my cheap mouse? There you go. Yeah, it's pretty old. Old school, baby. Oh, your cousin went to art center? That's cool. Alright. I think that's just about done. Alright, let's call it. So it looks like a big old blob from this side. From the back, hey, we got a logo and some swirls and stuff. Okay, I'll do a little more. I'm going to add one more color on this side since it does look ugly. I want it to look alright on both sides. I'll just do, oh yeah, I said I was going to do some other glow-in-the-dark. Should I do that? Yeah, let's mix in some green glowing filament. Really quickly. Joshua, thanks for loving my videos, and I'm glad you finally made it into one of my live streams. I'm glad you like my mouse, Piper. Thank you. That makes sense to watch live streams after the fact if you're working on your printer or doing something like that. It's nice to have it on in the background, I guess. That's kind of how I assume that a lot of you are watching this, because, you know, there is some downtime. I will acknowledge that. I sit here for a few minutes filling things in, try to keep talking, but I don't know. I'm not the most talkative. I'm definitely more talkative now than I normally am. Mo, you can 3D print while you're sleeping. I mean, actually, officially, I think everyone who makes a 3D printer will say don't operate it while you're not watching the print. But a lot of my printers I've had long enough that I trust them to not catch on fire, whether or not I should. I haven't had any things burn out or anything yet. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, depending on the printer. Some printers are really loud. Some printers are super quiet. You're going to have to watch some reviews and learn about that if that's something you're interested in. But, well, yeah. And even though the fumes aren't that bad, I wouldn't keep the printer in your room while you were sleeping. I've definitely done that before, but I would at least have the printer in another room. Most printers, if you have it in the room next to you or something like that, you won't really hear it. Okay, so let's just throw in some extra blobs and swirls of this green glow-in-the-dark filament. It doesn't look green right now, it's just white, kind of hazy white, but it glows green. is what they mean when they say green glowing. Oh, and it's already starting to come off because it's cooling. Glad you like the live stream, guys. It's fun stuff to do. And, you know, eventually I will probably, if I keep it up and people keep liking it, I'll probably have to upgrade my camera and my microphone. Make it a little more legit, you know. Especially stuff like this, when I'm doing like really close-up work, I need a real camera that can do close-ups. This camera, if I get too close, it's just blurry because it's a fixed focus. Just let's put it this way: the webcam is as old as this mouse. So technology has improved. That's what stuff like my Patreon funds go towards. Even though my Patreon, I don't know, is dwindling a little now. Some people have to drop, which I appreciate any donations. And if you've donated for a few months, and even if you donate for 1 month and that's all you can do, it's still awesome. It's still totally helping me make these videos. And you know, it's not all about the money for me, guys. If I can if I can give you one life lesson, don't do it for the money, because you'll never be satisfied. You got to do things because you just genuinely love to do it. The money is just something that lets you keep doing it. Alright, so we got another cool swirly there. And this side looks pretty good, but I bet it's going to turn really ugly when I squash it. That Make Anything logo might just turn into mush. Well, let's try it. Let's get right to it. Not dilly-dally. Point that back up. Switch the cameras around again. Yep, anyone asking about the pen, check out the link in the description. It's a good one. It's a good pen. And I'm not just saying that because they gave it to me. It's a good pen. For the price, it's awesome. 26 bucks. And you got yourself a working 3D pen. Prints PLA, great. It's a bit warm at this point, but not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Let's just get this out. You always want to unload. Well, I guess I don't have to. I like to unload the pen if I'm done using it, just for the sake of storage and stuff. Alright, we got it. Turn that off. Trim the end here. Save that to recycle. Let's melt this down. We're going to do the heat gun technique because that basically worked the best. Oh, and here's that benchy I had mushed. The bottom of the benchy is still there. But it basically just turned into a block of red plastic. The melted boat. Let's see how strong it is. Oops. Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. Like, I can't break it. Alright. A lot of broken mirrors today. So we're going to throw this guy on here. It's going to shrivel up, I bet. Sorry, I should move that a little. There we go. Alright. I don't know which side would be better to have face up or face down. I'm just going to do it this way. So as I feared, it basically started breaking up right away. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to mix this one. Sorry to the people who wanted to make anything low, but I think I'm gonna mush this together because it's creating a bunch of holes already. So I'm just gonna mush it. I know the boat melted quickly, but that's because it wasn't solid. It was about 15% infill. And I want to make it really flat, too. So the boat is pretty thick. I want it to be like half that thick. Oh! I heard a crack. Oh, that's the slate cracking. Whoops. Alright. I think the surface has something to do with the mirrors cracking. When I did last time, I was doing it on a wooden workbench and didn't have that problem. Alright, this is going to be pretty thick too, so it'll probably end up as one of those pucks and not a guitar pick. But I think it'll still look pretty cool. I really like the color combination that we chose. Oh, the mirrors did not break though. The slate got a crack into it. It's a pretty solid piece, so I'm surprised. Alright, we'll give that a little bit of time to cool. Here we are. Look at the comments for a second. Oh, sorry, I forgot to modify the ring. I was going to do some stuff on the ring, but I don't want to turn the pen on again. I gotta have lunch, dinner, food, whatever meal you want to call it. Yeah, Steph C. Shrinky Dinks. I remember those. It's pretty similar and definitely shrinks a lot more consistently. But kind of a different thing. Those are fun too, though. Now, I'm not going to spin the Pen Doodles right now because I'm working on a better version. This one's kind of starting to fall apart because I've been tugging at it a lot. Any questions? Rebecca, the school I went to is called Art Center College of Design. It's kind of complicated. not complicated, but it's kind of confusing because it's like art center, but it's a design school. I don't know. It's in Pasadena, California. Beautiful city. Lots of trees. The school is, there's multiple campuses, but where I spent most of my time was Hillside campus, tucked in the mountain, surrounded by trees. There would be deer in the morning when you're driving up to school. Super nice stuff. The school itself is kind of just like a big black box, but the nice surroundings. Ah, yes, test the guitar picks. I guess I can do that while this is cooling. I will play a song. But I know the quality isn't that good. I'm going to use the toast pick. Maybe the alien, too. I really like this little tiny alien pick. It's not too small. It works. It plays. Gosh. I usually like to warm up before I play music, so I'll probably screw up a bit. But I know the microphone sucks anyway, so it doesn't even matter. You probably can't hear me. Also, I did get a copyright warning last time. But, maybe I should play the songs incorrectly so that they don't give me copyright warnings. Okay, we're going to play this one with the alien pick. I haven't played this song in a while, but we're going to give it a shot. This is a song by Grizzly Bear, my second favorite band. They've probably maybe got an album coming out next week, or at least sometime soon, so that's why I'll play this song. I'll probably get something wrong, too. Sounds a little off. If I sneak around for a while, letting my tongue swell, I'll make sure to try and explain myself to dispel. Could I be alone? Could I be alone? If I was sneaking around for a while, letting my tongue swell, I'll be sure to try and explain myself to smile. Blame it on the world. Blame it on the world. Still, I just want to learn how to be alone. Still, I just want to learn how to be alone. Can't get what's wrong before it's gone. What makes each step worth the time and regret still show? In the cradle of my unruly child, you belong. Take it as it is. Make it as it is. Step down just once, let it go. Step down just once, let it go. Step down just once, let it go. Thank you. Alright, alien pig. Withstood totally fine. Actually, there's like no signs of wear. Little baby alien pig. I thought it was a failure, but this guy, pretty cool. Alright, let's check up on this. Oh no, it's still warm. Alright, I'll play one more song. We'll try out the other pick. Then we'll take a look at that. It's probably going to be too thick, so I'm going to have to take it down to the bandsaw to cut it and finish it up. Which I know. So I might just end it after we take a look at that. Okay. So that song, yeah, that was Grizzly Bear. Very cool, chill band. Got a new album coming out. See, they shouldn't take my video down because I'm promoting them. Second band I want to promote is my darling Radiohead, because they also have a re-release of OK Computer that was announced today. And I spent way too much money on the deluxe pack. So, please watch some advertisements on my videos today, guys, because I need to pay for that. Yeah, they re-released their old album, 20 years old this year, OK Computer. There's a song from there. Ooh. This one, we'll see if I can do it. I'm on the road this time. Oh, messed it up. Nope, not gonna have it. Starting on. Yeah, sorry about the audio, guys. Whew. Maybe I should play something else. Okay, got it. This time. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's 20 years old. Why would I know it? This time I feel my life kill me again with love. It's gonna be a glorious day. Let us stay. It's gone for me, for me. But I don't have time for him. It's gonna be Finally, I got it. See, I just had to figure out the beginning. Let's see, is this... It's still stuck. No? Now I hear it starting to crack. One more song and it'll be gone. I heard someone request exit music, and I will gladly oblige because I love that song. Yeah, sorry for those of you who only care about 3D printing and cannot care less about me playing guitar. Understandable, but it's my intermission, and some of you guys seem to like it. Ikradi. Sorry you have to leave, but thanks for sticking around. Away from your dreams, the drying of your tears. Today we escape, we escape. Hide and get dressed before your father hears before all hell breaks loose. Breathe. Don't I can't do it. Sing us a song to keep us warm. There's such a chill, such a chill. Alright. I think that is it. I think this panel should be cooled off by now, and we should be able to see what the design is and see if it is any good. Yes, it's still a little stuck, but we will use this little there we go. Oh, it's so tiny. But I kind of like it. It's pretty cool gold and glow-in-the-dark blue swirl on this side. Let's see what the other side looks like. Oh, there's the Make Anything logo. Or what used to be. But darn, those that swirl looks pretty cool. I don't know how well you guys can see it. I think it's pretty fancy. It is a little bit too thick to cut on my with the scissors. I'm gonna have to use a bandsaw for this, but I will cut it into a little circle, and I'll cut it into some shape and make a charm out of it. Should be really cool. Doop. Yeah, see, this thing doesn't focus, but it looks cool, and it glows. Let's see if we can show you the glow. Lights! Get the lights! I need a lights person. Alright, still can make a little more darkness. Close the blinds. Well, that's not that dark. But it's something. Let's see. Ah, there you go. You can see it glowing. Yeah. This is going to be really cool in the dark. I'll definitely clean this up. There you go. That's what I got out of that swirly design. So, as you guys can see, this whole recycling, it's not recycling anymore because I made these with the intention of melting them. This whole plastic melting technique creates some really cool marbleized patterns, but don't expect to get anything super precise out of it. Alright? Okay, that's all. That's all. I think that's all. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around, or whatever. Whenever you joined, if you're watching this after it's live, I don't care. You're all awesome. Thanks for making Make Anything a reality. I mean, I made it, but you guys made it a reality because it wouldn't exist if you guys weren't watching it. And I don't know. I'm not good at speeches, but you're all fantastic. And congrats to those of you who won. Congrats to Toasty McToastface for winning the Sunlu 3D pen. Congrats to Claudia for winning one of these little charms. One or two. I'll let you pick two. I'll send those to you. Everyone else, stick around. I'll probably get I hope I'll have a pretty good giveaway for 200,000. We'll see. If all my sponsors don't hate me by then because I keep using all kinds of different stuff. Today I used the Sunlu 3D pen from GearBest. They sent it to me, so thanks to them. If you want this pen, make sure to use the link in the description because then they know that I gave it to them and they'll give me cool stuff again so that I can make more cool videos for you. It's a win-win for all of us. And I'm not just saying it because they sent me the pen. This is really actually like a pretty awesome 3D pen, especially for 26 bucks. If you're willing to wait like a month or two, however long it takes for them to ship these things from China, they ship it to me fast because, you know, I'm a reviewer, but I hear it takes a while, but if you're willing to wait, that's an awesome price for a pen, and it's a good pen. I love you guys. Until next time, I'm Devin. This is Make Anything. Don't forget to stay inspired. Ha! Why did I wink? I don't wink. Bye.